Alrighty guys, how are we? Thought we'd stream the Swans game tonight, considering the other games, probably the one that most people have access to, being the Essendon v Bulldogs game, and looking at the first quarter of that one, oh boy, that's a fucking thrashing if I've ever seen one in the first quarter. But of course, huge ramifications for this game. Of course, winner of this one, if it is the Giants, they keep their top four hopes alive. If the Swans win it, they keep their faint finals hopes alive. If the Swans do lose, though, they will be pretty much out of finals contention. Can the little brother knock them off? It will be such a big game tonight. Swans have a good record against the Giants in more recent times, winning their past 5 against them. So looking at the subs today as well, subs are Aaron Francis for the Sydney Swans, Toby McMullen for the Giants. So a couple of big ins for GWS this week as well. Taylor, Kelly and Hogan, all massive ins for GWS. Sydney have brought in Tom Papley and the substitute in Aaron Francis this week. So in the chat, guys, in the poll, make sure to let me know who you think's going to win tonight. I've tipped Sydney. Probably going a bit of the underdogs there, but I think it's going to be a very massive game. I think it's going to go right down to the wire. These games have been pretty close in more recent times, so I'm expecting a big one. So players moving into position now. Interesting to see who James Jordan goes to tonight. He's recently gone to, who's his name? Fucking hell, idiot. Lockie Whitfield. He's decided, it looks like tonight he's going straight to Finn Callaghan. Not too surprised by that. Did call that in the tips this week, but very massive game for both teams. So Joel Hamling looks like he's got the Joel and Jesse Hogan tonight. So players already into each other. Toby Green, Dane Rampy, Cal Mills, Jake Stringer, all matched up against each other. Pushing and shoving as you would expect in the Sydney Derby. But here we go. So much on this match in Sydney Derby 31, and here's with the first bounce. Grundy with the first tap, down to Callaghan almost. Jordan fishes it out of there. Briggs right into his back. He gets away the first free kick of the night. So Jordan will get it, starting in the centre circle, up against Callaghan. So Jordan with the clearance. Just pumps it high inside the forward 50. One-on-ones everywhere. McLean gets knocked to the ground. Papley, instant impact, snaps on goal. Bounce just rolls wide. So first scorer of the night goes Sydney's way. Hayden McLean has not moved off the ground. This could be a massive injury concern here for the Sydney Swans in the opening seconds of the match. I think Hayden McLean's out. Looks like he met up with an opponent in the marking contest. Hit the ground, has not moved. So massive concern here over the Sydney key forward, Hayden McLean. So Aaron Francis doesn't look like he'll be too far away. All the docs are around him at the moment. I'll have to see the replay in a second, but not great signs there for Hayden McLean. Hopefully everything's all good with him. Aaron Francis has immediately jumped off the bench. He was all ready to go. This probably be an instant substitution, you would say. He's trying to get up, Hayden McLean. I would just sit comfy on the ground here. Just make sure everything is okay. They're calling for the stretcher now, guys. So instantly subbed out. Unfortunately, Hayden McLean in the opening 30 seconds of the game, He will be subbed out. Sad news there for Hayden McLean. Hopefully everything's okay. We still haven't seen a replay on what's happened here, though. Very interesting. Usually they show it by now, but may have been just a really serious collision. It probably seems likely in this marking contest. So they just currently got the stretcher, the cart out on the field down in the Swan forward 50 where the incident occurred. Just have to wait a few moments here. So sad news there for Hayden McLean. Oh, fucking hell. Ugh. So Papley did get a bit of a hit there on his right side of his body, maybe a hip. He's still grabbing at it, so he's not a little bit of concern there as well for him, but really unfortunate here for Hayden McLean. How you doing, Travis? What are you up to tonight? So Hayden McLean has just lifted his body up to just sitting on his arms at the moment. He's got his head up, so that is a good sign. We'll just have to wait for the time just to... Everything's going to be taken the most safest route here. His legs are moving. He's sitting upright, which is good to see. So here's the injury here. So in the marking contest, it's just an elbow, which is really, really unlucky. Sam Taylor's gone up for a spoil, and the elbow of Taylor has just collected Hayden McLean in the face. And it's almost a clash of heads, actually, between him and Jack Buckley. So it is a concussion. He's currently just getting to his feet now. He's going to go sit on the cart. So Hayden McLean seems okay. Will obviously be ruled out with concussion now. So all the Swans players have got over to him on the cart. Really nice to see. Much loved player in Sydney. So it looks a bit dazed. He'll be okay. He's obviously got the most utmost care seen for him. Even a couple of Giants players come over to see if he's all right. So they're currently just driving him off the ground now. So opening not even 26 seconds into the game, and Hayden McLean goes down with concussion. Currently now coming off the ground. So a round of applause go around NG Stadium. Really sad news, Hayden McLean, but hopefully he's okay in a couple of weeks' time. So Aaron Francis, the sub for Sydney, if you aren't aware, he will be immediately subbed on, I'd imagine, or as soon as possible. So Aaron Francis was an inclusion this week. Started as a sub, he'll immediately be on the ground. So hopefully he's okay in a couple of weeks. Good to see him up and about. Seems pretty well Seems okay. A bit dazed, but you would have imagined that after being concussed, you would imagine. So immediately been taken from the ground and will be assuming that everything will be all good. HIA will be checked, but I'm sure it'll be coming out as a concussion. So now with the football, Lachie Whitfield will take the kick in and we resume play. So we only had 26 seconds of game time since the hit, but here we go. Lachie Whitfield clears it outside the D50. Long ball. Melican gets his fist to it. Heaney knocks it down. Travels inside the forward 50. Himmelberg just charging through like a battering ram. Ball spills again. Briggs punches it forward. Darcy Jones trying to get the ball out of there. Almost did in the end. Now wrapped up again as O'Halloran. Swans player tackled, which was Papley. And he grabs at his back again. He's been kneed back there in the opening marking contest. He doesn't look too great at the moment as well. So Grundy with the tap. Jordan tried to fish it out of there. Callahan got it up to Bedford. Back to Himmelberg. Now the Giants want to go on the open side. A spearing ball out towards the wing. Overrun for it. There was Rampy. And Toby Green's out the back. Chisels one in short towards 50. Nice ball. Hits up O'Halloran. He can hold up for the moment. Probably just too far out to score. Although he may be setting up for the big launch now. Did really well there, Toby Green. Just saw that ball was going to go over the top of Dane Rampy. Immediately ran out to where the ball was going to land. And then tracked towards the forward 50. Found O'Halloran on the lead. So recently re-signed with GWS. There's a little bit of talk regarding him maybe wanting to move in the off-season. But he wants to stay a Giant. 7 goals, 9 this season. He'll pump one from outside 50. It won't get there. He'll make it into the forward pocket. Fisted out of the hands of Hogan and out of bounds inside the forward pocket. So first forward stoppage for GWS inside their forward 50. First entry there as well. Interesting to see who gets on the fly here for the Giants. Tap down. Toby Green, quick snap. Didn't get a good connection onto it. Bounces in front of Roberts, clearing handball, misses his target. Jones kicks it centre ball, almost for Hogan. He claims the mark and he's got it. Great work, just bullocked away through his opponent and Hamling. And a couple of teammates give it to him as well. So Jesse Hogan back in the team this week. Had a couple of issues with a couple of injuries so far this year. When he's been there, he's kicked goals on the regular. I think he's averaging the most amount of goals this year for anyone over 20 goals. So now Jesse Hogan comes in. Tucked up in the pocket. He'll run around the body. Snap on goal. Easy as you like. And the Giants draw first blood. So a good start there for the Giants. They got it forward. Worked well at stoppage. Almost had Toby Green on the fly. Ball got cleared for a moment, but Darcy Jones kicked it to a dangerous area. That's not a mark, by the way. I don't think it is anyway, but I guess you pay the mark. So, good start there for Jesse Hogan. Kicked the first goal of the match. We get back into the middle of the ground here. Briggs with the tap. Straight to Callahan. Sprints away from his opponent. Left foot ball inside the forward 50. It spirals very wide. Interesting call here from the umpire. And it's just a boundary throw in. So, basically the ball is where the 50 meets the boundary line for GWS. So, big game for Kieran Briggs tonight. Had a very good game last week against Essendon. But he was up against the less than 5 gamer in Vizentini. So up against a much more fancied opponent tonight. From the clearance, O'Halloran gets the handball. Bit of a scrungy one. Off to Briggs, who gets a trundling ball towards the forward 50 and eventually rolls out again. So the Giants locking it inside their forward half in the opening proceedings of this one after the Swans had the ball inside for the opening inside 50 where Hayden McLean got knocked out. So back at 50 again. Tap down from Grundy. Jordan shrugs the tackle. Got the kick away into a bit of a dangerous area. Just hits the center square. Warner broke a tackle. Got the handball away to Mills, who can't control the bouncing ball. McInerney fumbled as well. Hayward, good tackle on O'Halloran. And locked up at centre half forward for GWS once again. So back in the middle, back with the ruck again. Grundy tries to pick up the footy and break away. Held up by a couple of Giants. No one can break away at these stoppages, it seems, with any sort of fluency. It's just a scroungy kick out of an area and just in hope more than anything for Sydney. So Briggs with the tap. Coming through hard with Stringer. Trying to bullock his way through. Good tackle from a couple of Swans there. And again, repeat stoppages. So Grundy takes it out of the ruck. He was held in the contest. Should get the free kick, and he does. So now Brodie Grundy works the kick out wide. It's not a very good kick. Just floated too much there for Himmelberg. Calling for a couple of lead-ups here, Himmelberg. About 65 out from goal. Sees one at half forward. It's a good little ball. Did well to O'Halloran. Probably just too far out to score here. Xavier O'Halloran. So he works it into the right forward pocket. Hoping for Cadman. Got in front, did well, was Mills. Didn't take the mark though. Hamling, long handball. Looking for McInerney. And just runs out of bounds. So Joel Hamling with that clearing handball. Wasn't really crafted too well, but eventually, but out of bounds is what he wanted. So that's what he gets. So forward stoppage again here for the Giants. So back into play again. Grundy couldn't get the ball there. Almost dragged down. Cornelio snaps on his left boot to the top of the goal square. One-on-one. Hogan holds the front spot. Couldn't mark Cadman. Handball over the top to Hogan. Can he get boot to ball? He does, but kicks it wide. Well, it's all forwards of the Giants look dangerous already. So Mills works the kick wide to Melican on the bounce. Did well to crap it. Then gets a little dribbling ball across to Robertson. The Swans have the overlap here through Lloyd. Running away with 20 metres of space. No one around him. He works the kick towards half forward for Hayward. Buckley did well. Ball gets out the back. Ash bumped by Francis, who's on the ground now. Oh, Buckley tackle. Dropped the footy. Disposed of it somehow. But works to Heaney, who snaps and goals. Well, he was the winner last week. He's going to have to be a big star tonight. And he draws the Swans' first goal. Great pressure from Sydney up forward. It wasn't really a well-crafted kick from Lloyd inside the forward 50, but they just scrapped hard, and Isaac Heaney kicked 5 last week in a best-on-ground performance. Starts nicely tonight. Tom Green was on him at that play there. Was looking for the handball from Buckley, but the ball spilled out, and Warner, just a blind handball to space, worked out for Isaac Heaney. So a goal each to start Sydney Derby 31. And Dean Cox loved it on the bench as well. So back in the middle again. Briggs with the tap. Pushed into it with Sheldrick. O'Halloran trying to get it out of there. Grundy's handball hit the toes of Cornelio. Spills now to Jones. Briggs up and under ball. Hasn't gone 15. Standing underneath it was Robertson. Toby Green. Angwin works the ball forward towards the 50. Melican couldn't mark. O'Halloran's been involved early. Held up by Wicks. So right on the 50-metre line here again for GWS. They've had a lot of the early territory. Grundy did well to take the ball out, handballed it away. Papley, little tap onto Rampy, clearing ball towards the middle of the ground. Good mark in front from Warner. He wants a handball option, doesn't really have it. Eventually, gives it back to Dane Rampy, who delivered it to him. Almost went to ground. Handball out wide. Cunningham, kick on the 45, finds Lloyd. So forward half here for Sydney. Jake Lloyd been a little bit more attacking player in the last few weeks. Kicked 3 goals a few weeks ago against the Saints. So now Lloyd blasted into the forward pocket, looking for Francis or Hayward, but all over that one was Jack Buckley. So kick across the face of goal to Iden. They want to go on the open side here, GWS. Takes a couple of bounces. Where does he want to go? Just drives it towards the wing. In front was Blakey. Brought it to ground. Great crumbing there from Stringer and saw the numbers out the back. A long 30-metre handball. O'Halloran just has to trap it in their away. Sheldrick, great tackle. Stopped the run forward, but it works out okay. Angwin. Now Stringer inside the forward 50. Low darting ball. Gets out the back. Who's going to get there first? Sydney have the numbers. Cunningham. Off to Sam Wicks, who fumbled it. Had to get it back to Cunningham. The Swans put themselves under pressure. Green fighting hard. Cunningham still fighting for it. Eventually goes to Wicks, who had to get back for it. Touched off the boot. Blakey, Hamling, clears it out of the danger area for the moment. The Swans get away with one. Heaney couldn't mark. Sheldrick did nicely. Wants to handball. Realised he had to work it forward with the kick on the right boot. Was nice to Francis. The Swans got a bit lucky there. Francis drives one through the middle of the ground. Finds Hayward. Buckley just held him up for the moment. Hayward becomes a lot more important now with the injury to Hayden McLean. Works it back out to Francis. So now he goes back into the middle of the ground, sets it up to the Lizard. He'll slither away inside the forward 50. Look at the kick. It's cut off well by Fonte. So the Giants working on the commentary side now through Cornelio. High ball for Brown. Great work from Lloyd. Had to go and he did. Handball out the back. Grundy. Long to Braden Campbell. Runs to get away. Swing. Good tackle. Josh Kelly locked him down. If he got on his left boot, Campbell's always dangerous. Had to lock down that tackle and he did. So Josh Kelly back in the team this week. Runs his full measure. Drives it towards half forward once again. Rampy with the fist. Lands to Goulden. Hasn't had a lot of it so far. Warner over the top to Rowbottom. Off he goes. Low ball towards half forward for Heaney on the bounce. Wasn't a great looking kick. Did well to break away from the tackle. The handball to Goulden. He breaks away from a couple. Runs a bit of an arc, trying to find his left boot. He'll cut back inside, sets it up towards Campbell. He goes up. Good work from Green. Warner, handball on the outer side, looking for Blakey. Ducks past the tackler, handball to Grundy to his toes. Got a high one, surely, and he did. So Brodie Grundy will get the shot. They made a bit of a meal of it there, Sydney, but eventually Brodie Grundy will have the free. I'd like to look at that free kick again, though. So Grundy was down here, missed the footy, slides out the back, and then Brown. Yeah, it's tough, but there's not much. I mean, there's not much Brown could do about it, but his hip did connect with Grundy's head. So Brodie Grundy in the last 8 weeks has the most amount of coaches' votes out of anyone in the competition. It's been one of the most informed 8 weeks you've seen in football. So Brodie Grundy, 45-degree angle, 50 metres out. And that is a beautiful kick. Brodie Grundy in the red hottest of form kicks the Swans second. So just looking at the scores of the other game, guys, 14 minutes into the second term, the Dogs lead it by 6 goals. So not exactly a thrashing as much as I thought it was going to be. So, you know, still a chance here, Essendon. Fucking hell. So Sydney, after conceding the first goal of the game through Jesse Hogan, they've responded with the next 2. So back in the middle, and it's interesting signs here. It looks like Jack Buller's gone into the ruck to be the second ruckman for tonight, up against Riccardi. Buller with the tap. Heaney hasn't got the football, slung to the turf. Callahan tapped it forward, did okay. Cornelio towards centre half forward, spoiled down by Cunningham. Darcy Jones, the spin was nice. The kick inside 50, spoiled away. Gets at the back for Aaron Cadman. Oh, he blew his line. Probably rushed it a bit there, Cadman. He was running into the open goal, just jammed it on the left boot, missed. So kick in will come here from Nick Blakey. Wasted chance there for GWS. So Blakey on the commentary side, kicks a high ball. Looking for someone to go up. It's Buller. Couldn't take the mark. Spills out to Campbell. Trying to get a handball away. Stolen by Riccardi. Handball at the back. Kimmelberg further on to Whitfield. Inside. They try to link up. Now Callahan blasts it high inside the forward 50. In front is Brown. Spoiled down by Blakey. Jones try to get it away. Lloyd handballed on the up. Goulden Found the perfect option, Roberts, who just blasted it on the boot, and it'll work out in the end. Francis didn't take the mark. He's trying to duck and weave. One way, then another. Goulden tried to break the tackle. Did well, Buckley. Got it out, though. Did fine at Francis. Now Heaney wrapped up by Taylor and Buckley and Green. The leaders locking down a Star Swan. Oh, no, he's giving away a high. Now Heaney works it inside the forward 50 in front. And it'll be a mark there for GWS in the back by, I think it's Taylor. Was that a high? Oh, it was against... Oh, it's Toby Green. Oh, now Toby Green's given a free kick down the field to Sydney. So James Jordan's going to have the shot. It was a free kick off the ball against Toby Green. I don't think anyone's too surprised, but not great there from your captain. And now James Jordan will have a shot. So he's got the big job on Finn Callaghan tonight. He's done the lockdown job on Lockie Whitfield in recent times. He's gone to the big prime mover in Finn Callaghan. And this time misses a crucial opportunity, a goal there. So Lockie Whitfield will take the kick in here. Just a short ball into the back pocket for Iden. And he goes wide with the kick towards the one-on-one. Stands in front. Good mark from Green. He wants to play on. Goes with a kick towards half forward. Cadman goes up. Couldn't take the mark. Melican fighting for it on the ground. Cadman did well. In and under was Papley. May have been taken high. Now Bedford. Jones. In and under. Ball up. It's just at a bit of a boiling point at the moment. Bit of push and shove every time any player gets. Already a free kick off the ball for a moment. But now at the ruck. Green trying to get it out the back. Jordan. Up and under ball towards the wing. Sheldrick backs up into his opponent. Ball gets at the back. Francis. Tap on. McInerney. Inside. Sheldrick had his handball smothered. Then he decides to just soccer it off the ground. High up and under ball. Hayward. Little tap onto Papley. Trying to shrug the tackle. Got a high one. He's just telling everyone to take a step. Take a moment. He's 55-60 out from goal. So Buckley is just tracking back into the goal square here with Heaney. And Papley decides to go towards the forward pocket for Hayward. Pushed around by Iden. And it'll be a ball in. Hayward thought it was a free kick, but the umpire wasn't willing. So a forward stoppage here for Sydney. So who's going to get on the move here at the stoppage? This is Buller with the tap, so it's not going to be a flyer. But Buller just jams it on the boots and kicks it wide. Showed some signs in his early career, Jack Buller. Had a game last year, didn't do a lot in that. But since coming into the team this season, he's shown some signs. So now the Giants getting outside their D50 through Jack Buckley. Takes the second bounce and kicks it towards half forward. In front is Cadman. Strong hands from the young key forward. He'll blast it long from apprentice to teacher. Hogan couldn't get there, was held for a moment. Ball spills to Bedford on the up to Angwin. He'll send it high and very, very wide. Out of bounds on the full, in fact. So Nick Blakey will take the kick in here. Doesn't really have a lot of options, so just goes very short to McInerney. I think I was pretty lucky to be 15, if I'm being honest. And he just goes to centre half, back to Sam Wicks. He's got the runner, and Nick Blakey, off he goes. Darcy Jones will track him. He'll have the pace. He kicks it towards half forward. Numbers at the back here for Sydney. Lloyd just has to gather the bouncing ball. Did well. Papley shrugs a tackle from Fonte. Says to the young man, get off of me, and kicks it in short. Cut off by Tom Green. Did well getting back there. The young leader. Future captain, people have said. So Green works the kick out wide. Finds Angwin. So goes on short. Terrible kick though. Turn it straight over. And the Swans working inside forward 50. Francis drops a simple-ish mark. Taylor's handball back. Himmelberg to the toes of Callaghan. Was good enough to get it on the up to Tom Green. Running inside the D50. Kick out wide to Iden. In fact, couldn't take the mark. It was Riccardi. And then Melican did well to take him down. And a ball in. So Sydney lock it inside their forward half after the Giants had it in there for quite a long time after the injury to Hayden McLean. Sydney have been able to have it in their side of the ground for quite a few moments now, at least the last 5 minutes. So Briggs up against Buller. Tap down. Warner try to get it away. Green wrapped up by Sheldrick. And we'll have a stoppage. So Jack Buller continuing to play second ruck here. Briggs with the tap. Callahan couldn't get it in between his legs. Sheldrick on the up. Keelanio tried to soccer it away. Sheldrick on a spin. Turned it over to Fonte, who gets in a spin of his own. Breaks past the tackler and blasts it towards half forward. Will they take the advantage? They won't. So Fonte will get the free kick at half back. Was burned off from Tom Papley in the few moments ago, but then got one back on him there. So they want to switch it. Goes back to D50 for Buckley, and he goes on the open side to Taylor. Bit of a stumble there, so he couldn't break away quickly. Back in the team, such an important player for GWS. Again, wants to go back the other way. They see the open side. Buckley gives the handball off to Callahan, trying to get an early disposal here. Cuts the kick on the inside on the right boot. Oh, that's a beautiful kick. Toby Green, not paid the mark though. Work the handball over the top to Goulden. Over the now to Warner. Swans have got the overlap here. They just have to make it work. McInerney to Chad Warner. There's no one in between him and the goal, and he's missed. That's not a good kick. He needs to do better than that. Just needed that one little steadying step, but tried to put it on the boot in quick fashion and then missed it. So now Lockie Whitfield to take the kick in short to Sam Taylor. And he goes a little bit shorter and finds Himmelberg still inside the defensive 50. So after the first goal of the game for GWS, haven't had a lot of the ball inside their forward 50. So Himmelberg sends it towards the wing. Standing in front there was Hogan. Jumped up, couldn't take the mark. Held up Roberts with Angwin. And we'll have a ball up. So Jack Buller taking a lot of ruck responsibility in this last 5 or 10 minutes or so. So giving a big rest here to Brodie Grundy. Of course, he's going to have to get through the whole night tonight. So knocked down. Sheldrick keeping it in front of him. Not grabbing full possession afraid of giving away a free kick. Now Warner was tackled without it, but also dropped the footy. Good decision from the umpire holding the footy. So Ryan Angwin will get the free kick at half back. So he goes to the left football towards the wing, towards Hogan. Spoiled down by Buller. Bouncing ball to Brown was okay to trap it. Ducking one way, then another. Now blasted towards half forward. Getting in front. Hogan couldn't take the mark. O'Halloran tried to get it out of there. Free kick ripped out. It's going to be going Giants' way. O'Halloran knew it was his. Immediately goes inside the forward 50. Numbers out the back. Green drops another mark. Melican tried to put in a bump. Cadman out the back, trying to gather the bouncing ball. Eventually got it on his knees, turned it over to Warner. Now Goulden got the kick away. How did he get that away to a teammate? Campbell did it well. Hayward handballed, found his teammate there in Wicks. He works back on the outer side towards McInerney. Him up against Ash. 2 runners. McInerney keeps it in front of him and burns him away. Inside the forward 50. Had too much on it though. Turned it over to Sam Taylor, who's had a good start on return. Kick out wide to Kelly. Did well. Took the ball and gave off the handball immediately. Back to Callahan. And now Kelly. Back to Callahan. They want to get it in his hands as much as they can. Kick on the inside to Fonte. They've got a bit of overlap here, GWS. They just have to make it work. Whitfield to O'Halloran. Inside the forward 50 with the kick. Players getting each other's way. Bedford couldn't trap it. Hamling gives it off to Sam Wicks. Doesn't really have a lot of options. Kick into the back pocket was smart. And the Swans can hold up. So a couple of wasted opportunities here from GWS as we wind down towards the conclusion of the opening term. Long kick towards Buller. That's a great grab. Well done from the kid. Kick on the inside to Warner. Went about 4 metres. He plays on. The umpire says back to Buller. Went to go kick it forward. Then immediately tackled. Handballed away. Green surely gets a free kick. Oh, no. All Tom Green can do is smile. If it's not holding the ball, it has to be deliberate. He's handballed it to the boundary. I mean, I guess he's slung, but fuck me. Jesus, as a Swans fan, that was fucking lucky. So good pressure from both sides. So back in the ruck. Briggs with the tap. Sheldrick tried to get the ball out. Green holds him up. Sheldrick trying to bustle his way through. They did it well. Grundy handballing forward. In front. Did well to tap it. There was Buckley. O'Halloran. Handball was smothered. And off goes Chad Warner. Taylor tries to track him down. Towards the forward 50. It bounces towards Himmelberg. Oh, came off his boot. I think that went on the full. Oh, he got very lucky there, Harry Himmelberg. There's 2 umpires there. They said it was must have hit the line because that looked out of bounds on the full by the eye. How did the umpire miss that? Is he fucking blind? There's 2 of them standing there. Fucking hell. Yeah, but they'll get a free kick here, the Swans. Brodie Grundy inside the forward 50 with the kick, and he's taken the mark down low. They've taken the advantage here. And it's gone to Will Hayward, it looks like. Well, I guess it works out in the end because that ball was definitely on the full. The Swans took the advantage, and now it's Will Hayward who has the shot in the forward pocket. And it was on Harry Himmelberg, just a little poetry in motion right there. He's had some massive games in the last month, Will Hayward. Got them over the line on 2 occasions. He comes in now in the pocket. He's always been reliable on the set shot. And the Swans kick their 3rd. So well done for the Swans to settle after the bad injury to Hayden McLean. Came off with concussion in the first 30 seconds of this game. I mean, I don't know how that's a free kick either way. They both had each other high. Fucking hell. That's tough, but nonetheless, maybe that's a little bit of footy gods at play, maybe, but that just seems tough. Good finish, though, from Will Hayward. So the Swans lead it by 14 points. So with 1:20 left. So looking at the top 5 goal kickers for the Swans, and Isaac Heaney leads all comers with the 29 goals. So obviously I've lost a few. So Tom Papley's gone down with the doctor. Had an issue with his hip area after in that marking contest with Hayden McLean. So hopefully he's okay. But the Giants have worked this ball all the way inside their forward 50. Ball comes out pretty quickly, sock it away. Ball eventually goes out of bounds. So Tom Papley in the opening marking contest where Hayden McLean came down with concussion. Tom Papley also received a knee to his hip, and he's been stressed by it since the start of the game. So, have to just wait and see. Hopefully he's okay. Just back into the team this week after another injury. So, with a minute left, Briggs with the tap. Heaney tried to take it out of the air. Ball bounced too high for him. Green will always try to break a tackle. Got the tap away. Cornelio is there. So is Goulden. Got high by Cornelio. Umpires paid the free. So, Errol Goulden will have it at half back. What an inclusion he's been on return. So now Goulden blasted towards the wing. Taylor, a bit of a push out. Play on. No, Sydney will get the free kick here. So it's going to go to Aaron Francis. Seems a little bit off the pace so far. So Francis wants to go forward. Eventually just works it short to Lloyd. 24 seconds left. They'll be the only team who can score from here. So Lloyd just pumps it as far as he can. Warner jumps up like a spring chicken. Couldn't take the footy. Taylor, handball over the top. Ball spills to Sheldrick. Gets it on the left boot. Kicks it high towards goal. It'll get to the goal square. Oh, Campbell with a big hit on O'Halloran. And it gets out of bounds. 6 seconds left. Tough hit. Tough from both players. Always had eyes on the footy. Probably should have got a free kick there, O'Halloran, if I'm being honest. So 6 seconds left. It's going to have to be a quick kick from the stoppage if the Swans are going to score. Grundy taps down. Francis snaps on goal. It goes high. And it just goes wide. Just missed it there, Francis. Almost got it there. But Sydney, after conceding the first goal, kicked the next 3. In a quarter time, they lead by 15 points. Giants 1-2-8 down against the Swans 3-5-23. All right, let's just quickly check the statistics. this one, pretty sure. Yeah. All right, so let's have a look at the quarter time statistics, guys. On the disposals point of view, Chad Warner, top disposal getter on the ground with the 9, has butchered the footy, if I'm being honest. But anyway, Finn Callahan's had the 7. Probably has had a pretty decent start to this game. 3 clearances. I'd say he's probably been on the better side of things over James Jordan so far. We've also had Lockie Whitfield, Sam Taylor with the 6, along with Sheldrick, O'Halloran, Lloyd, Grundy, Francis with 6 off just coming on the ground, so good on him. And Nick Blakey as well with the 6. On the fantasy scoring, Grundy top scorer with the 33, Hayward 32, Buckley being probably best on the ground for the Giants so far with the 27, Warner with the 25 along with Aaron Francis and Finn Callahan. So also on the goal kickers, we have all singles. Jesse Hogan with the first goal of the game. He's got the 1 for Sydney. We had Heaney, Hayward, and Brodie Grundy. And then, what was the free kick count? Because it did feel like Sydney got a lot of the rub of the green in that first quarter. I'm going to be fucking real. 9-4 in that first term. It did feel a bit fucking off. There was a couple that went Sydney's way, which I wouldn't have paid. But anyway, well, I don't think we're there. Let's just not. I would say I'd probably pay them. I'm not going to lie to you. I won't lie to you. All right, I'm going to take a whiz. So players just in their position, in their huddles at the moment. Swans with the early win in the first term. The Giants have been traditional slow starters though, so still can expect a lot more from them in the opening in the second term. So if you don't know, we've already had the Swans substitute be used. Unfortunately, Hayden McLean in the opening 30 seconds of the game was knocked out. So he has been ruled out, was immediately subbed out for Aaron Francis. GWS's sub, obviously not being used as of yet, is Toby McMullen. So players have moved back into their positions for the second term. So James Jordan going to continue his tagging role against Finn Callaghan, who probably had the win in the early proceedings of this one. He's done well so far. So Tom Papley still has not returned after being hit in that hip region in the opening term. So that's not great signs there for the Swans. He is on the bench now, so I think he will return, which is very good news for the Swans. So Swans lead it by 15 points as we head for the second quarter. So bounce down and here we go. Grundy tried to almost take it out of the ruck. He almost grabbed his own hit out. Jordan got tackled immediately. Goulden wrapped up, stolen almost by Canelio. Ball spills into the legs of Goulden. We'll have a ball up. So Grundy with the tap. Row bottom, socketed off the ground. Bounces inside the forward 50 for Sydney. Himmelberg. A lot of pressure there from Campbell. Warner couldn't pick up the ball. Now Iden, Whitfield, handballed back. Swans put on the pressure. Cleared out of the area for GWS. Bouncing towards Brown. Did well up against Blakey. Shrugged the tackle of Warner. And now Callum Brown continues to run. Almost ran too far in the end. Eventually got rid of the handball. Briggs. And Callaghan did well there. Was row bottom. And now the Swans take the advantage through McInerney. Inside the forward 50. Look at the kick. Well done there, Swans. And it works it inside to Hayward. And he can have the shot. That was brilliant from James Rowbottom. Callaghan looked to have broken away, but the kick just got off his toe. Wasn't paid the kick. Enough pressure there to cause the free kick, and the Swans broke away. Will Hayward will have a shot. So Will Hayward has already kicked the goal tonight. He comes in, Will Hayward, kicks on goal, and that is straight through the middle. The Swans get the first of the second term. We'll go back to James Rowbottom with that brilliant defensive effort. The Giants were away if it wasn't for that lunging one-handed grab. So good news here for Hayden McLean. Obviously, he's not coming back on the ground, but everything seems all good. He's talking well. He seems in high spirits and looks like he's actually going to come back to the bench to watch the rest of the game. So that's really good signs there for Hayden McLean. So 21 points to the margin. Swans kick the first goal of the second term. So we're back in the middle of the ground. Grundy takes it out of the ruck this time and blasts it towards the forward 50 once again. It's a bit wide though. Standing underneath it was Hayward. Iden smacked it away from the area. Coming in hard was Mills. Couldn't trap the ball. Eventually Hayward, Roberts, Goulden fumbled it for the moment. Had time to grab it. Now Blakey winding back. Sends it forward. Himmelberg goes up. Taylor drops the mark. Warner breaks the tackle. Tucked up against the boundary. Sets it up towards the top of the goal square. Who's going to fly? Lloyd to the one. Couldn't take the mark. Gets a nice bounce. McInerney further back to Sam Wicks. Well, he's gone back this year, but he knows where the big six are. It's called behind. So the umpire has no sense of theatre. Bastard. I called that perfectly. Fuck you, Buckley. You cunt. You fucking touched it, you dog. Did well there, Jack Buckley. That was very well done. Been doing it for years. Did well to stop that goal. So just a behind there for the Swans. So Lockie Ash will take the kick in here. Just goes short to Iden. And he'll want to go long towards the wing. Green and Rampy. Coming over to support is Cal Mills. Did well. So now they go into the corridor to find Grundy. Goes further back here to Rampy. They've gone all the way back inside their D50 here, the Sydney Swans. Not a great kick. Hamling has all the time in the world, though, to trap the footy. Even takes a bounce. Don't know if he's had many in his career. May have to go to Cinch Footy to check if he's had a bounce in his AFL career so far. Goes back to Rampy. And now they go on the open side. So Sam Wicks had a goal taken away from him there. Has absolutely nowhere to go to here, Sam Wicks. So he takes his full time, sends the ball very, very high towards the 50. Iden did well to just take that mark. So now the Giants can go. Short kick from Whitfield, finds Cornelio. He works the kick out wide for Darcy Jones, who had the power to get to the footy. Did well, though. So Darcy Jones, looking corridor, doesn't have a lot of options though. Eventually, just a little short kick on the 45 to Taylor. Who does he want to go to? They work it back into the middle of the ground. They did well here, GWS, just to open up the field. Ash wants to go for a run. He always will. McInerney trying to catch him, but Ash works inside the forward 50. On the up is Hogan! You can't let him have a fly. He will always clunk them in the big Dukes. Did well. Got a bit of an ear massage as well on the way through. Didn't really appreciate that there, Jesse, but I'm sure he'll make him earn it the next time it comes towards them. So Jesse Hogan kicked the opening goal of the game. They need their big spearhead to come to the game again. So Hogan comes in, umpire shuffles a little, and he misses. So Hogan misses a simple-ish shot on goal, you would say. So Nick Blakey to take the kick in. Oh, it's a very hard kick for Heaney. He did well to take that mark. Put a lot of reliance there on Heaney to take that grab, but he did. So short kick to centre half back. He finds Cal Mills, and the Swans will go straight through the guts of NG Stadium. He finds his target. Quick handball on the up to Nick Blakey. Had to shrug the tackle, just got away. Now Mills snaps it inside the forward 50. Don't know if that was planned. It almost worked perfectly. Jordan got a sport away from him by the fingertips of Finn Callahan. Did well, saved a certain mark, and locked up inside the forwards 50 for Sydney. So Grundy, two-handed fist down, straight to Angwin. Now Callahan kicked it backwards. That was a perfect little kick. He finds Jack Buckley. Now Fonte. Handball over the top. Iden back to Fonte. Has to shrug. Got the handball away. Briggs tapped it only as far as McInerney. He'll set himself up and kick it wide. The only thing the Swans aren't doing right now is putting it on the scoreboard. So Hayden McLean back on the bench. Really good signs. Glad to see he's okay. So Ash. They've always gone to this back pocket. They've gone to the back pockets every single time they've kicked in so far, GWS. Buckley now goes back to Ash and he'll go on the open side. Oh, the kick was terrible though. Turned it straight over to Goulden. So he holds up. Worst person you could turn it over to. He sets it up to Heaney just inside the centre square. So Heaney just looking, wanting to find the perfect option. Doesn't really have a lot, so he's going to have to go and set it up almost. Then ducks around Darcy Jones. Kicks it long towards the pocket for Hayward. 1, 2, 3, 4, pay it. That's enough. Will Hayward's having a first half to remember. Oh, and he gets up very gingerly. 3-on-1, Will Hayward takes it out of the air. That was a great mark. So Will Hayward just needs to take his 30 seconds here. He goes around the body now, and he's kicked the goal. He's got 3 in the first half. He's still a bit ginger on that leg, but I'm sure that goal will make it feel a little bit better. Well, Isaac Heaney, he saw the potential there of Will Hayward in the pocket. Connor Iden, he almost did that nearly to perfection, but then that last little moment when he pushed Will Hayward just gave him enough space to throw his arm up and take the mark. Giants wouldn't be too impressed by that. Seems okay, Will Hayward. Maybe just a bit of a contact injury, but he's not too happy. But he's got 3 goals right now, Will Hayward. He's causing a problem for the Giants' defence. Briggs with the tap. Missed his target. Now Warner's away. Blasted inside the forward 50. It's going to go all the way for Francis. Couldn't take the mark. Now Sheldrick got tackled by Ash. That is a bone cruncher. That's a team lifter. Lockie Ash, not really known for his tackling, but that was textbook. Stopped a certain goal. Didn't have a right boot there. Angus Sheldrick was a big problem. So now Ash goes out in the outer wing. High, Cadman takes a good grab. Wanted to wheel on that left boot. Didn't have anything in the corridor, so he had to hold up for the moment. So now Cadman goes towards half forward. Brodie Grundy sits in the hole. Green was there, brought it to ground, but the Swans have the numbers. Wicks, Mills, runs a full 360. Finds Heaney, handball on the outside. McInerney drills it on the inside to Mills. Hit hard. And he's going to pay 50. I thought it was a bit tough. I thought Mills got hit, but I thought it was pretty simultaneous. But they're going to push and shove you, the Swans. They're going to let Kieran Briggs know about it. While the captain's going to be escorted to almost the 50. So Cal Mills has just been taken. The man on the mark is inside the 50. So now Cal Mills, only kicked the 1 goal so far this year. Been moved to half-back once again. He started his career there. He'll send it long. Oh, that's an all-time captain's goal. Big goal. Swans have kicked the only 3 goals of the second term, and they've given themselves a handy break. Tommy Papley all into the Giants players as you would expect. Toby Green down one end, Tom Papley down the other. Who would you want to hate to man up on? Who would you want to hate to man up on more? I don't know. I mean, I think Briggs is definitely trying to put some contact into him. Bit tough, I would say. So a good finish there from Mills. So we're back in the middle once again. So Riccardi's taking his step in the middle of the ground now for the ruck. Riccardi got hit hard there by Rowbottom. Threw the ball out too. Buller handballing forward on as far as Angwin. On the inside to Cornelio. Now Himmelberg. Can they get something to go here now? The Giants inside the forward 50 almost. Himmelberg got a good fist onto it. Jones up against Wicks. Ball didn't get the nice eluding bounce for him. Wicks got hit hard by a couple of tacklers. Trying to get the ball out of there. And we'll have a ball up. So 12 minutes still left in this first half. Swans lead it by 34 points. Had a very good start to this game. Riccardi with the tap. Warner swung. Just got the ball out, but hits the ground and out of bounds. Tom Green putting on a lot of pressure. Always flies the flag. So at the stoppage here, forward half here for the Giants. Tap down from Riccardi. Trying to spike it forward. There was Papley. Bouncing ball towards the wing. Sheldrick was pushed out of the contest. Did well. Was Buckley. He's held up by Sheldrick. And we'll have a ball up centre wing. So back in the ruck we go. Riccardi with the tap. Golden with the clearance. Very, very wide ball and out on the fall. If that hit the line, that would have been the perfect kick. But just hits just over the boundary line. So Jack Buckley will take the free kick. So Buckley, little kick over the top. 25-metre ball to find Lockie Whitfield. Hasn't seen a lot of it so far. A lot of impact. Inside to Iden. So now Iden kicks a long ball inside the forward 50. Hands on it. There are a couple of Giants, but Swans have the numbers at the back. Hamling, Wicks, and now Lloyd. Didn't look, just send it very high. Hogan will have to go. So did Heaney. Did well to bring it to ground, but Giants have the numbers on the ground. Ash, high ball towards the top of the goal square for Cadman. Couldn't take the mark. Stringer roved it brilliantly. Got it smothered off the boot. Jones, handball at the back. O'Halloran, further on to Bedford. Had some numbers forward. Kick didn't get far enough for his target. Blakey did well. Cadman inside the forward pocket. Try to shrug the tackle and it goes out of bounds. Great scrambling defense there from the Swans. Well done from Mills to stop the goal. The certain goal looked like from Stringer, and then great tackle pressure. The Swans are on. So tap down from Buller. Try to hit it forward. There was O'Halloran. Roberts gets there first, clearing outside the defensive 50 towards the one-on-one. Couldn't take the mark there. Free kick's going to go Giants' way. It's going to go to Lockie Whitfield. Up, that was against Gordon. Did that well there. Oh, in fact, it's Ryan Angwin. So Angwin sets it up once again. Mills is going to fly in front. Hogan couldn't take it. Heaney held up, got a handball to Buller. And now Jake Lloyd on the last line of defence. He does that so many times for the Swans. Himmelberg and Campbell did well. Campbell for the contest. Papley roved it brilliantly. Been doing it his whole career. Ducks back on the inside. The chiselling ball was nice to Sheldrick. And that should be 50. Oh, he got very lucky there, Jack Buckley. Short little ball finds Gordon. So he's got a couple of options in the middle of the ground. He'll always try and pick that kick off. He did well. Lloyd off to Blakey inside the forward 50. It's a bit of a floater. Francis couldn't trap it. Now Fonte. Oh, terrible handball. Actually, it worked to his own advantage. He ducks past the tackler on the inside to Tom Green. They work it forward now with Whitfield. Kick towards half forward to Hogan. Strong hands. Just outside the forward 50 though for Hogan. Where does he want to go? Just works the ball on the 45 out wide to Whitfield. And now they work it inside the forward 50 for Callahan. Long way out from goal, but they just have to have a shot here. And now Callahan to Cornelio, who's closer. Didn't take the mark. Had to go quickly now. Top of the goal square towards a couple of flyers. Hits the ground. Buller. Handball at the back. Stringer's there. So is Cadman. Swans get away with one, it seemed there. And the Giants will have a stoppage. Just a huge opportunity there for Callahan. Decided to pass it. Cornelio dropped a sitter of a mark. Had to quickly rush. And then the kick inside the forward 50. No one could get their hands on it. So can the Giants get on a bit of a fly at this stoppage? Grundy with the tap. Green with the snap. It'll go high. They need a team lifter. And who else but Tom Green? That's a bit better there from GWS. They did very well, Tom Green. That was a great snap. Well, there are only 2 goals in this game so far from the Giants have been from stoppage and forward stoppages, if that. So very well done, Tom Green. So who else but get a little bit of fire, a little bit of spite in this one, as you would expect. Tom Green right into Tom Papley. Hasn't seen a lot of it so far, Tom Green. Only the 6 touches, but that's a huge influence on this game. So it goes back to 28 points. So Jack Buckley's currently getting his right quad checked on at the moment. Seems to be okay. Maybe a corky. They hope he's all fine. Need him. He's been one of their best so far. Grundy tapped out the back to Jordan. Clearing ball. Bounces towards half forward. Slapped forward by Hayward. Gets a nice bounce. Can they get someone on the fly here? Fonte gets back first. Kelly. Now Himmelberg. Kicked short. Did well. Finds his target in Bedford. He gives off the handball. Callahan looking corridor. Realised that wasn't the option. Just goes down the line. Works well in front there. Well done, Hamling. He's done okay so far, Joel Hamling. Got the big job on Jesse Hogan tonight. Short ball. Wide to Cunningham. And he kicks it onto the lead of Brodie Grundy. Probably hasn't had the influence that he's had in the last couple of weeks, but still been very, very good. Short kick to Lloyd. Oh, he took that one right up against the boundary. So now Jake Lloyd, usually a good user inside the forward 50, just going to send it towards the pocket as wide as he can. Himmelberg got spoiled by his own man in Connor Iden and gets out of bounds. So 7:50 left in the first half of Sydney Derby 31. The Swans lead by 28 points. So Riccardi up against Grundy in this ruck contest. Grundy, free kick's going to be called. No one knows who this is going to. It's gone to Tom Papley, of all people. He walked away like he knew it was his free kick. I don't think anyone else in Australia knew who that one was going to. But Tom Papley, always going to take the footy if he's invited to. So Tom Papley was held at the stoppage there by Fonte. It was there. It's a bit soft, but it was there. So Tom Papley, an injury-riddled 2025 campaign, but we know at his best, he's the Swans energizer. That had a bit of swing to it, all right. You wouldn't see that much swing at NG Stadium. That's more of an SCG kind of swing, but Tom Papley will take it. And he gets right up in the face of the Giants players. Jake Stringer up and about. Tommy Papley. Oh, he's got the look in his eyes. That had one of the weirdest swings I've ever seen in my life. He looked like he heavily hooked that to the left, and all of a sudden that ball came back. You'd think it had a controller in that footy, it moved that much in the air. And he went right to Toby Green, of all people, as well. So Swans back out to a 34-point lead. Tom Papley, only his 4th goal of the year. He's still going, Tom Papley. As a Swans fan, you love it. As the rest of the competition, I understand why you'd probably hate it. So back in the ruck, Callahan wrapped up immediately by Warner. Grundy on the up to Jordan. Clearance for the Swans. Inside the forward 50. Couldn't take the mark. There was Buller. Gets at the back. Who's going to get there first? Francis. Little tap on to Tommy Papley. He's got the feel of it now. He's kicked it all the way across the face and just in for a behind. Jesus, if that went in, all hell would have broken loose. So it's now a game-high 35-point lead for the Swans. Whitfield goes very wide with the kick. Got a hands to it, was Angwin. Spoiled out of bounds. 6.5 left in the first half. Swans locking it in their forward half now. So back in the ruck. Grundy with a tap forward. Jordan tried to corral it. Now it's Cornelio wrapped up. Just got a boot to it. He'll get the free for a high. Still a lot of pushing and shoving in this game. If you don't think this has got some spite in it, you haven't watched the Sydney Derby before. So Steve Cornelio's got the footy. Straight ball down the wing. Jones in front did well. Wicks put a lot of body on, but Jones stood tall. Short little kick on the up. Finds Riccardi. He's got Hogan in the pocket. Decided not to go there. He's going to set it up towards the one-on-one. Hogan with the body. Just had the hands on it, but dropped the mark. Mills, little duck step, did well. Sends the ball outside the D50. McInerney has to go here. Tried to get there. Now Blakey. Good tackle from Riccardi. Blakey was about to slither away, but Riccardi said no way. So Jake Riccardi. Very important kick in the context of this game. It was a good tackle, good pressure. Can he finish off the work? A long way out from goal. He'll have to pump it a long way. He's got a good purchase on it. It's just going to make the line, but Melican makes a certainty of it for a behind. Not to CR7 fan. Oh. I appreciate the nice words, though, man. How are you doing? Weird handball from Grundy. Put Wicks under all sorts of pressure. Quickly got the ball out. Now Grundy handballs it very, very wide. Iden kept it in only for a moment. And it just trundles out of bounds with 5 minutes to play in the first half. So it looks like maybe a dislocated finger there for Joel Hamling. He was off for a bit. It seems like they've got it back in now, so he's all good to go. So Briggs now with the clearance. Couldn't trap the footy there was Goulden. About to get tackled. Got the handball away just in time. Rowbottom. Back to Wicks, who just jams it on the boot. High up and under sort of ball. Himmelberg got spoiled by his own man. Jordan. Handball on the inside. Goulden. Check side kick up the wing. Wasn't great. Turned it over to Whitfield. So Whitfield tries to kick it on the 45. Good ball to Callahan. He's had a very good first half, I would say, with a lot of attention from James Jordan. He stood up to it well. So Callahan kicks it towards the forward 50. Up goes Cadman. Couldn't take it the mark, though. Wicks got the handball at the back. Did it well. Rampy. Handball on the inside. Turned it over to Tom Green. Doesn't need help getting the footy. Handball over the top to Bedford. Spun himself into a bit of confusion. Heaney got it out to Blakey. Kick outside. Smart. Too smart, Nick Blakey. And Goulden says, let's just relax. So now Goulden goes across the defensive goal face. Finds Melican. And he'll want to send it high up the wing. Good lead up here for Cunningham. So Cunningham just purveying his options. Eventually just short ball. Should be 50. Wasn't called. Lloyd has the footy now. Was shocked when he got dropped about a month ago from the Swans lineup. Went back to the reserves for a week. Played with his brother of all people in the Sydney VFL side. Got their win against Southport. And came back to the team pretty quickly. Now playing a little bit more wing half forward. He worked that kick forward, but eventually got the free kick was Himmelberg. So now the Giants want to come back on the commentary side. Iden, they've got an overlap here. Gets the handball over the top to O'Halloran. About to get taken down. Got the kick away just in time. Long ball towards the one-on-one. Cadman and Rampy. Rampy couldn't get the footy. Canelio kept his feet. Inside the forward 50. Has hit the target and butchered the football. Turnover. Melican takes the relieving grab. Had options everywhere, Stephen Canelio. If anything, he had too many options. So now Justin McInerney has the football in the back 50 for Sydney. Short ball back to Mills. And back to Melican. And the last line of defence here for the Swans. Went to run a long way, Melican. Almost made a mess of it. Now Blakey has to clear and he's turned it over. The Swans make a huge mess of that play. So now Cal Brown has the football. He works the ball back to Ash. Wasn't a good play there from the Swans. They didn't want to blast away, but that kick was not the option. So he works it in short to Callahan. Usually a good user inside the forward 50. Kicks it on the 45 to the top of the goal square for Cadman. Well, Aaron Cadman making a name for himself in the AFL. And can he get the fire started? That was a great kick from Callahan. Didn't really have an option. Just set it up to the dangerous area and let them fly. So Aaron Cadman comes in now when they need him most and kicks the goal. In the shadows of half-time, the young, prestigious forward kicks a much-needed goal. Well, they needed a goal. And with a minute left, they draw back to within 28 points. Can they maybe squeeze another one out here, the Giants? Briggs with the tap, Grundy with the clearance, sends it forward. Couldn't take the mark in the air, Fonzie, and the Swans fly on the ground. Golden inside the forward 50, doesn't use that right boot very often, and turns that kick over. Hasn't been at his best so far tonight, Errol Goulden. Probably one of the few Swans players who haven't really played at their best. So now Himmelberg sends it down the wing. Briggs is on his own here, gets a clean grab at it. Did well. 50 seconds left. Do they want to go here, GWS? He's got a short option here. He finds it in Whitfield. Just building it up a bit slowly here. They don't have to go too quick. They don't have to rush. They probably want to make it the only opportunity for a team to score is them. So he kicks it towards half forward. Grundy's there, so is Cadman. Neither could mark. Mills on the ground. Goulden clears it outside the dangerous area for the moment. Bouncing towards the wing. Papley, handball, missed his target. Goes back, gets it again. Goulden, Roberts. They can go now, the Swans, with one last opportunity. Rowbottom blasts it long inside the forward 50. Don't know what he's thinking too much about that. Swans have to put on the pressure. It's Warner and Ash. He works the handball to Himmelberg. And that should be the halftime scoreline, you would imagine. Weird kick from Rowbottom to end the half. But in the end, it was a Sydney Swans masterclass in the first half. They go into the main break with a 28-point lead. GWS, the home side, 3-4-22. Trail the Swans, 7-8-50. All right, guys, we'll be back in about 20 minutes or so with the second half. G'day guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we are here to look at some more trade rumours. Now we are doing this once every couple of weeks now because, oh boy, we have so many trade rumours to cover. And first of all, the rumour that just keeps on hanging around regarding Marcus Bontempelli seems more about when he's going to sign rather than if he's going to sign. But it is interesting that it's taken till round 19 of the AFL season and we still haven't seen the Bulldogs captain re-sign with the club. Now, there is some rumours regarding if he is taking a longer contract or a shorter contract. Some people have suggested that maybe he wants to take a shorter contract to keep the door ajar just in case Tasmania want to come in to bring in some big money. However, it does seem more and more increasingly likely that he is going to re-sign. Most recent news does seem that it is going to be a 4-year deal for the Western Bulldogs captain, which is great signs for him. I did want to bring this up because there are rumours regarding a lot of star players being linked to Tasmania and potentially signing on to shorter term deals, but this seems all but certain that Marcus Bontempelli will be a dog for life. However, in some more news regarding a potential move that seems a little bit more likely is Jamarra Ugle-Hagan. So in more recent weeks, we've seen that Jamarra has came out and said that he would like to stay at the Dogs. However, it does seem that the Swans are still in the race according to Tom Morris and Cal Toomey. They have both said that they are still very much in the mix for Jamarra Ugle-Hagan next season. And Tom Morris in more recent times has said that the Swans' approach to the trade period is going to be super aggressive. So I wouldn't be too surprised if the Swans go heavily into a key forward. Jamarra does seem like the most likely option at this stage. I'm still 50-50 on if it's a good idea. I would like to see a lot more progress from Jamarra before the Swans throw all their eggs into that basket. But at this stage, it seems like any other big key forward is not really looking at the Sydney Swans, so I'll have to wait and see. But Jamarra, I don't really know where he's going to lean at this stage. It does seem that he wants to stay a Dog, but as that relationship already been ripped apart, we'll have to wait and see. Now, interesting one here is regarding Jaff. Now, this is from Mitch Cleary, and he has said that he hasn't been exactly 100% a regular for the Hawthorn side in more recent times. If he's not a part of that team, clubs will be coming hard to look at him. Now, most recently, he was just dropped from the last game for the Hawks, so I will be interested to see if he does come back in the next couple of weeks, but he hasn't been in the greatest of form for Hawthorn this year, but he has so much potential, so I think there will be a couple of clubs looking at him at the end of the season. Hawthorn want to move players to them, bring on some other ones. But I would be a little bit surprised if he did leave. I think that with the talent that Jaff does possess, I would be surprised if he would want to let him go. But a couple of players for Hawthorn which definitely seem on the outer. First of all is James Worpel. It does seem, according to Tom Morris, that the Hawks are not exactly desperate to keep him, and other clubs are keen to get their services. We've seen St Kilda, Melbourne, and Geelong looking at James Worpel in the last few months. I think he would fit in all of those sides. I think he definitely adds some great midfield depth. He's such a bull. Interesting to see that Hawthorn aren't exactly keen to just keep him. Maybe they're looking at other players, maybe behind the scenes. We've seen that from Hawthorn in a lot of times. Harley Reid, Oscar Allen, just to name a few. Cam Mackenzie's another one as well. This is only came in the last week or so. He's not getting a regular game at Hawthorn, according to Mitch Cleary. And it is his understanding that this has prompted conversations between his management and Hawthorn regarding maybe a move. However, Sam Mitchell seemed pretty bemused by the whole situation, said he chuckled when talking about it with him today. And he said that he was one of his favourites. So I'd be a bit surprised if he is looking to move on. Pretty high draft pick. I think that maybe James Worpel will probably move on at the end of the year. Cam Mackenzie, I really think that it's going to be a bit of a 50-50 one. James Worpel looks like he's pretty much out the door at this stage. Now, Oscar Allen has been linked to Hawthorn in previous times. However, it does seem that Brisbane are most likely to get his services next year. But it does seem that the West Coast Eagles are already looking for what they're going to do with the draft pick that they do get for the free agency move. So it's reportedly that the West Coast Eagles are making plans for their compensation pick and they want to split the pick. At this stage, they're looking at a really high pick, probably top 5 at this stage. They are looking at clubs to potentially try and get 2 picks out of that. Maybe a Melbourne who have 2 picks in the early parts of the draft. And also the Gold Coast Suns are a chance as they have pick 8 and 12. And they are looking to pick up some academy players this year. So 2 clubs that are potentially looking at West Coast compensation pick for Oscar Allen. Now, Nasiah Wanganeen-Miller has probably been one of the biggest talking points on the trade table throughout at least the last 8 weeks because of his massive form that he's been in. He is one of the upcoming stars of the competition. Now, one report did come out from Brad Hardy from 3AW saying that he wasn't exactly impressed, and neither was Marcus Windhager regarding a pitch that was given to Nasiah a couple of weeks ago, that the best 23 going forward for the Saints next year wouldn't include Marcus Windhager. However, I would be taking this rumour with a huge grain of salt, as Brad Hardy, the guy who reported on this, actually made a report a couple of months ago saying that a signing from Wanganeen-Miller for a 2-year deal was pretty imminent, and that obviously didn't eventuate, as we've seen right now, so maybe you just keep this one on the back burner at this stage. But Jay Clark has actually said that last week that if he doesn't sign in the next couple of weeks, then I'd be really concerned that he's looking to get out the door. And from the advertiser, it does seem that Jace Burgoyne is continuing to give the pitch to Nasiah to try and get him over to Port Adelaide. So this story continues to circulate. I don't know where he's going to go at this stage. I still feel like he's going to sign a short-term deal and then wait to free agency. But the fact that he hasn't signed yet does make me feel like this is definitely going to get right down to the wire. I think if it's not done in the next week or 2, then this guy could be leaving at the end of the year. But for some good news on St Kilda's point of view, it does seem that not only are they heavily likely to get Tom De Koning, but Lee Kalia, the 20-gamer for the Giants, is all but certainly going to be moving St Kilda at the end of the year. It seems inevitable at this point, according to Tom Morris, that he will be moving. About $2.2 million separates what the Saints and the Giants are offering. It is understood that Aaliyah is weighing up a 2-year offer from the Giants worth $800K against St Kilda, which is a 4-year deal worth $3 million. I'm sorry, Giants fans, but Lee Kalia, if you don't take that money, you are stupid. Take that money and leave, King. You are not getting a regular game at the Giants if Sam Taylor, Jack Buckley, Connor Iden, and Harry Himmelberger in the team. I'm sorry. So you leave, you take that bag, and you don't play finals for the rest of your career, bro. And you just take that money. Anyway, more seriously, I feel like you can't reject that offer. Lee Kalia does have so much potential. I think he is going to be a great defender, one of the top defenders in the game coming forward. But I'm sorry to the Giants, but that money is way too much to reject. So I think it's more than likely he will leave. Now, it does seem that Tom De Koning's move to St Kilda is inevitable. So Rowan Marshall has been around the trade rumours circulating for at least the last month or so. Now, clubs are feeling that Rowan Marshall would be open to a move if De Koning was to arrive. It is believed that Geelong would like to get his services at the end of the season. It just really depends on if Rowan Marshall wants to leave. They've always been linked to a ruckman or two, Geelong, but they've always seemed to just say, no, we're going to trust Reece Stanley. He is getting towards the end of his career now. I think that if Rowan Marshall was to leave, that a Geelong could be an option. We'll just have to wait and see. Because I really don't think Rowan Marshall would want to play as second fiddle to Tom De Koning. Because, I mean, if you're paying Tom De Koning, 1.7, now there's reports that it could be 1.8 million. That I just don't see him playing forward, Tom De Koning. So if De Koning does move to St Kilda, Marshall will probably be walking. Now, some good news for Collingwood fans is the fact that Darcy Cameron looks set to stay at the Pies. He has been linked to a few clubs, been a bit disgruntled on the first couple of offers that the Pies have given him. But that does open the door that Sean Darcy could be moving clubs at the end of the season. There has been a lot of talk regarding Sean Darcy wanting to stay at Fremantle. Fremantle saying, we want to work with the two ruckmen. However, a lot of clubs like Essendon are looking at Sean Darcy, Geelong as well. And it just looks like this trade period is going to be all about the ruckman. So if a domino falls regarding Tom De Koning, then Marshall could go, Darcy could go, Draper, of course, for Essendon could be leaving. So I think there could be a lot of ruckmen switching clubs this trade period. Now, also on Collingwood, we did talk about Ben King about a month ago, that Collingwood are going to be heavily looking at him in the summer. And it does seem that Collingwood are going to go super hard, according to Cal Toomey. The summer period will be when the Gold Coast will try and lock him down a long-term deal, but Collingwood are hitting hard for him. Real interesting one, this. Ben King, of course, has obviously struggled with his team in the early parts of his career, but now they're just starting to come along here, the Gold Coast. So does he want to stay there for success, or does he want to go to Collingwood, a more, I would say, built-up football club, move back home? It's such a big watch. I feel like he'll stay at the Gold Coast for a little bit longer, but we'll just have to wait and see. That's going to be a big one. Now, sorry to come in here like a bit of a jump scare, guys, but I had to add this trade rumor to this video, and I've had a haircut, just deal with it. Recent news has emerged about Collingwood being a suitor for free agent Jack Silvani from Carlton. I feel like the Silvani family could not allow Jack to move to Collingwood. I think that would have to be against the Silvani lineage, and I just could not see this happening. This was according to Jay Clark. It seems so left of field. He is, of course, a free agent, hasn't signed yet. He is waiting on a deal from the Blues to be a little bit more increased. He's had a very good season with the Blues, has been injured throughout a bit of this season, but would be a great inclusion for Collingwood going forward. But personally, I cannot see this happening, but I wouldn't be too surprised if some teams come into the fray for Jack Silvani in the next month or so, because he is a free agent and has been in good down back for the Blues this year. But at this stage, you're going to have to wait. Was just so left of field, I had to bring this one video. Now, Jake Lever is an interesting topic because he was dropped a couple of weeks ago from Melbourne and did get back into the team, was injured last week, but rivals are on watch as Lever was pretty blindsided by the recent dropping. A couple of clubs have asked the question regarding Jake Lever and if he would want to leave or would consider leaving. Think of a big club in the competition who's trying to fight for a flag. I'm sure getting Jake Lever would be a great idea. And Melbourne, you think they kind of have to let it go of a couple of older players now to let their young guys come through. We've seen Daniel Turner in the last couple of months for Melbourne down back. So they do have targets there that want to play key back, but Jake Lever seems like such a big player to lose. It's just a bit of a... I personally think they're making a mountain out of a molehill. The fact that he got dropped, they're like, oh, okay, now he can be gettable. I don't know about that. I think we'll have to wait and see. But another Melbourne defender in Judd McVie is being talked about regarding West Coast. He was from WA, Judd McVie, and it does seem Melbourne are pretty nervous on the idea of a lucrative deal coming from the West Coast Eagles, according to Lockie Reed from SEN. Again, this seems pretty tough to read at this stage, but I feel like Judd McVie would be the next captain of the Melbourne Football Club, or definitely one of those high prospects. Such a reliable defender for them, so keep your eye out on that. West Coast, I think, are going to go hard for a couple of young WA players across the country in the next couple of years, trying to rebuild up quickly. I think Andrew McWalter's building something pretty decent over there, so we'll just have to wait and see. Now, Melbourne players, including Clayton Oliver and Bailey Fritsch, are also being watched by rival clubs. Christian Petrarca seems all but certain to be staying now. I think they've kind of mended that relationship, so that's all good with them. Clayton Oliver seems a little bit 50-50 on where he wants to be next year. Geelong have been linked to him at times. We obviously saw the debacle that was last off-season for Melbourne. Bailey Fritsch is the name that keeps on coming up, though. Carlton have been a club that has been potentially linked to Bailey Fritsch. I wouldn't mind that idea for Carlton. However, I think there's a lot more issues at the Blues regarding their ability to get the ball inside 50 with effectiveness rather than just the goal kickers. I think they have the goal kickers there. I think the issue is the fact of their distribution in that forward 50. So Bailey Fritsch wouldn't be a bad move. And the last week or so, Simon Goodwin was pretty adamant that he is part of their future, Melbourne. So, of course, the coach isn't going to come out and say, we want to get rid of someone. because they obviously have to get something back for them. But Bailey Fritsch, I feel like he'll stay at Melbourne. I still think that they can still get the best out of him. Hasn't had the greatest 2025, but I think at his best, he's definitely one of the better forwards in the competitions. Now, sticking on the Blues, and this seems very similar to the dropping of a player from like Jake Lever, I mentioned a few moments ago, is Blake Acres. Last couple of weeks, he was dropped back to the VFL. Tom Morris is saying that, is there a fourth club on offer for him because he's been out of the team? He is contracted for 2 more years, but of course, rumours will circulate in the next couple of weeks if he's still sitting in the VFL. Again, like I said with the Jake Lever one, it feels like, oh, he's been dropped. That means he's going to be leaving the club. I just don't know about that. Personally, I think it wouldn't be a bad move for the Blues to maybe move on a Blake Acres because they need someone who can distribute the ball a lot better, and Blake Acres is one of the worst kicks in the competition. So it may be in their best interest to maybe let Blake Acres move on, bring in someone with youth. I personally don't think he'll leave. Brendan Starskovic, we've talked about him a few times on the channel. It does seem that Starskovic is going through the process of meeting with clubs and thinking hard about what it would mean if he did leave Brisbane. Of course, he's had a lot of concussions throughout his last few years, and that has brought up the idea of clubs being a little bit hesitant to go after him. Brisbane aren't exactly offering massive amount of money to keep him at the club. He has been linked to the West Coast Eagles and Essendon in more recent times. I just don't think he will leave. But at his best, he is one of the best small defensive players in the competition. So he would bring so much to any club in the league. But there is obviously that looming factor of concussion that clubs are going to be hesitant to pick him up. They don't want to give up a lot for a player who could potentially be there for a year, get concussed again, and then have his career ended. So I understand both sides of this. I personally think he'll stay. Now, an interesting rumour that I saw circulate over the last week or so was regarding West Coast small forward Liam Ryan. It is expected that Essendon are going to try and lure him from the club at season's end. While Ryan is contracted at the Eagles until the end of 2026 and is believed to be settled in his home state, he's seen as a player who could be open to a move while the club is undergoing a rebuild. Look, this seems tough. I don't think he will leave. That's a very interesting rumour, though, that Liam Ryan, of all players, is being linked to Essendon. Personally, I think they don't need to go for someone with that much experience. I think they just need to keep on going the way they are on their youthful players. Isaac Kako hasn't exactly had a massive first year, but he definitely shows some signs that he's the future. We've seen how decimated they are with their injuries this year, so it's hard to kind of gauge some of their small forwards that are coming forward. But I think, personally, this isn't the right move for Essendon. And on West, I just don't think he'll leave his home state. Now, one that has been tried to be pushed around the media, well, at least the last couple of weeks, is Zach Merrett. First of all, on Footy Classified, Matthew Lloyd, of course, a former Essendon captain, did say, once your days are over, all you remember are those big finals played, and that he's never going to be able to live that up at this stage. Shane Crawford did say that Zach Merrett should go to Hawthorn, of all clubs. Very surprising that Shane Crawford wants Zach Merrett to go to the club that he played for so many years, but he could play finals there. Shane Crawford said maybe even a grand final in the next few years. But Zach Merrett, which is great for the Essendon fans, on an interview at AFL 360 said he is 100% committed. He said he's all in. He wants to taste the ultimate success with this football club. He wants to captain them long term. So I wanted to bring this rumour to the channel because I think that this talk regarding Zach Merrett is way overblown. Just because a team is out of form and not doing that great doesn't mean that their best players are just going to up and leave. And, I mean, I love that Zach Merrett immediately came out and squashed these rumours. Maybe Oscar Allen could have done that. Hint, hint, bad captain versus good captain. But anyway, good on Zach Merrett for saying that. Now, sticking with the Bombers, it does seem that Kyle Langford is being kept an eye on by rival clubs. At his best, we've seen he has a 50-plus goal season a couple of years ago, but he has obviously had soft tissue injuries throughout 2025. So he is contracted until 2027, but it will be interesting to see if rival clubs will look at Kyle Langford. At his best, he's one of the best hybrid forwards in the comp, and Essendon have really missed his goals this year. Obviously, Jake Stringer leaving at the end of last season, and now Kyle Langford being out. They've really struggled to generate goals. So interesting to see if other clubs will try and lure him away from Bomberland. But guys, that's basically all the rumours. But I wanted to quickly cover 2 things that were posted across social media in the last few weeks. So first of all, on Footy Classified, they've made an interesting post regarding the players that could stay or go, or what players that Essendon need to hold on to going into the next couple of years. So I just wanted to go through these, say which players I think should stay and which players Essendon should look to potentially move on. They first go with Zach Merritt, Jai Caldwell, Sam Durham, Nate Caddy, Nick Martin, Ben Mackay, Andrew McGrath, Kyle Langford, Peter Wright, and Mason Redmond. All of those players that I mentioned, I think 100% need to stay. I think they're definitely the players you build on in your future. So you got Sam Draper, Jordan Ridley, Darcy Parish, are probably players that I don't know 100% would go, but I think that there are ones that you could definitely get something back for, especially Darcy Parish. We've seen that this guy is so injury prone and has barely played over 10 games in a season for the last at least 3 years. At his best, I think he is a good midfielder, a solid one. But I think there's enough young midfield talent at the Bombers that they can let him go. I think they should have done it a couple of years ago when they would have got a better price for him. But Darcy Parish, for me, is the one player this season that Essendon look to try and get some money out of, try and get something back. Because right now, I think he's just burning a hole in their list. And I think a young player could definitely take that role. But make sure to let me know down below those players that I mentioned, what Essendon players they need to hold on to, which players they need to let go. And finally, on the midweek tackle on Fox Footy, they held a discussion on which players will stay and which players will go. So the Fox Footy trade experts, they said that Starcevic will stay, Jack Silva. All right, guys, we're back here with the second half. If you missed it, oh boy, there is theatre just added to this game at the halftime break. Toby Green, in his halftime interview, said to, when asked about Tom Papley, Toby Green was like, yeah, he looks a bit overweight. What theatre we are coming to see in this second half. Set up for a massive finish. The Swans did lead at the main break by 28 points, but to think this game is all done yet, just wait and see. This game's got a lot more riding on it. Alrighty, so interesting news there from Alistair Lynch. He has confirmed this has been conveyed over to Tom Papley, so he knows about what Toby Green had to say. Let's see what happened in the second half. First bounce and we're underway. Heaney tried to tap it on. Tom Green sockers it off the ground. Swans have the numbers at the back through Rampy. Wicks held up. Roberts fished it out of there somehow. Rampy taps the ball to his own advantage. Stringer hasn't had a lot of influence just yet. Off to Jones. Inside to Angwin. They got the numbers here, the Giants. Toby Green said low at half time. Just can't direct that ball towards goal. So now Blakey runs and kicks it straight through the middle of the ground. It's not a great looking ball. Warner did well to get it out. Now Jordan gets the ball skipping towards the 50. Buller, great tackle on his opponent. Fonzie wasn't letting him go. And a ball up inside the centre square. Ball on the forward side for the Sydney Swans. Ball up. Free kick called. Both ruckmen holding. Giants take the advantage. Callahan breaks away from Rampy, takes the second bounce, looks at his options, drives it towards goal. Can it get the bounce? Oh, you bet it does! Perfect start for the Giants to the second half. Well, if that's not a team lifter, nothing will be. Finn Callahan streaming through the middle of the ground, taking 2 bounces, looked at his teammates and says, guys, I've got this covered. Did really well there, Finn Callahan. Perfect starts to the second half for GWS. And he absolutely loved it, as you should. 13 disposals, 3 clearances, and a goal now for his first half and a few minutes. So they lay down the challenge early. Grundy with the tap. Lloyd is there, so is Kelly. Tapped it out towards Green. Callahan immediately wrapped up by Jordan. Ball out again. Lloyd got taken almost high. Now Jordan handballing forward. He's got Errol Goulden. He gives it off to McInerney. And the Swans with the quick reply. How do you like that? McInerney been a bit wayward around goals in more recent times, but that kick was perfect. Thank you. So Adam Kingsley's been reported to have had a massive spray at his team at half time as well. So all things happening at NG Stadium. From the bounce down, terrible tap. Umpire says that's all good. Didn't want to ruin his stats. Rowbottom couldn't take it. Wicks handballed out the back to Nick Blakey, who handballs it forward towards Grundy. Can he tap it on? He does. Did really well. Golden couldn't trap the footy. Going after it, there was Fonte. Angwin in and under. Couldn't get it out. Now, Mills is wrapped up by Stringer, and we'll have a ball up. Everything's happening here in Sydney tonight. Grundy tried to get the tap out. Callaghan tapped it on. O'Halloran. Ball spills out. Now Jordan threw it out there to McInerney. Umpire says play on. No, he didn't. Good call from the umpire. So Callaghan will have it again. So now he works it inside the forward 50. Setting it up for Brown. Blakey fighting hard. Ball gets out the back. Lloyd gets there first. Oh, he's in trouble. Got it out just in time. And now Heaney clears the ball out the area. Fonte, ball just travelled over the top of him. Now Taylor, wrapped up by Papley. Holds him up. Not trying to get it out of there. He's going to be rewarded here, Tom Papley. Did well. Now Papley sends it into the middle of the ground. It's a good-looking ball. Takes the mark, Golden. Always a good user. Works the kick out wide. Not too much of a dangerous option. Too much there. Just goes to Roberts. Looking at a couple of options now. Works it into the pocket. Can he take the mark? Warner did okay. Angwin on the ground. Handball over the top. They've got a bit of overlap here, the Giants. Can they get the work? Jones, handball over the top. Angwin, he's got Warner tracking him. Warner, great pressure. Great work. I think he's given away the free. No, he hasn't. Golden, about to get wrapped up by Whitfield. Did well. The Giants are up and about. Handball on. O'Halloran drilling ball inside 50. He's butchered it inside 50 tonight. But that kick was perfect. So Aaron Cadman. He's been good tonight. He has kicked a goal. He kicked a late goal in the first half. Been very reliable on the set shot so far this year, Aaron Cadman. Can he kick his second? Takes a deep breath. Slow, cool, calm, and clinical! Great finish from Cadman. Giants, 2 of the first 3 to the second half. So good finish there from Aaron Cadman. The Giants kicking 2 of the first 3 goals. And the big muscles of the biceps just bulge out there on that celebration. He brings that out on the regular. So it's a fiery start to this second half. So back in the ruck, Briggs punches it down. Now Roberts handballed out the back to Heaney. He worked the kick out wide, very wide. Golden got a bad bounce. And now Himmelberg slaps it towards the boundary line. Interesting call here from the umpire to make. He calls out of bounds. Just been a bit off Golden in the last few moments. Probably in the second and third quarter. Hasn't had his best night so far. So Swans lead it by 21 points. Highest lead of the game is 35. In the midway point of the second term, Grundy was pushed out of that ruck contest, almost worked to his advantage. Underground handball to Heaney, read that well. He works it over the top to Rowbottom, bumped in the back by Green. Sheldrick tried to get it off the Golden. He fought back and got it. Missed his handball to Heaney, he has to go back and fight for it. Further on to Wicks, hit hard from the back, got it out just in time. Roberts, great little move there to get it out to Warner. He jams it inside the forward 50, looking for Campbell or Papley. Papley couldn't mark, slapped it out towards Campbell, who's tackled without it. Papley in and under, Sheldrick is there. Papley almost tackled. Fished it out to Warner. He'll duck around a tackler. He's got a lot of time to work with. Back to Roberts. Wants to get onto his left. It's an up and under sort of ball. Have to fly for it if you can, Papley. Toby Green stands in front. Maybe the weight just held him down a little bit there, Tom. Works the kick out wide to Stringer. He did well to fight past the tackler. He ducks past the tackler again. Inside the forward 50, the Giants have lifted. He finds Riccardi on the lead. Who does he want? He's directing traffic in front of him. He doesn't know where to go. Eventually, into the pocket, looking for the big spearhead in Cadman. But it runs out of bounds. They've scored a couple of nice goals from forward stoppage tonight, GWS. Can they get on the fly again? Briggs almost stole it out of the ruck, immediately tackled, threw a boot at it. Couldn't get it. Couldn't get contact. Lloyd, that was a throw almost. Cunningham. And now Roberts. Very, very wide. Too wide on the full. So Angwin will take the free kick for GWS here. So where does Angwin want to go? Just goes back here for the moment to Himmelberg. So Himmelberg's just going to pump it high and long. Who's going to fly? You got Hogan, you got Briggs. He couldn't take it either. Cadman on the ground. Toby Green over the top. And a ball up again. So Giants have kicked 3 of the last 4 goals either side of half time. They've kicked 2 of the first 3 of this second half. Riccardi, great little bump on Grundy, didn't read it. Coming through, Briggs! Almost kicked a miraculous goal, just goes wide. So kick out to half back here for Roberts. Maybe 20 points, but this game feels at an even pecking at the moment. So now Roberts kicks it high towards the wing, looking for Francis to make a contest with Taylor. Francis brought it to the ground. Green just got the kick away. He'll kick it towards the boundary line. Has to be deliberate, surely. Toby Green was a little bit bemused by it, but I feel like he knew that was going to be paid. So Aaron Francis will take the free kick on centre wing out of side. Just doesn't know where to go with it here, Aaron Francis. Eventually just sends it long towards the 50. Himmelberg sets up, takes a good grab. So Harry Himmelberg is looking into the corridor. Didn't want to waste it. Not a very good kick at all. They're going to have to work this out here. Ash, handle over the top. And they work away from the danger there for the moment. So Buckley has an option over the top here. He goes towards Bedford. Takes the mark. Hasn't seen a lot of it so far, Toby Bedford. So now he goes towards the wing. Looking for Riccardi. Had hands on it. Couldn't take the mark. Heaney about to get tackled. Got the kick away just in time. Warner does his little spin. Handball at the back to Rampy. He'll want to blast long. Had a handball option. Now goes towards the 50 for Heaney. Taking the front spot was Green. In fact, it was Cornelio. Now Buckley on the inside to Himmelberg. They've got a bit of a run here, the Giants. And now Callaghan can go. Drives it inside the forward 50 again for Stringer. Hasn't seen a lot of it tonight, but you know this guy just needs a few moments to change a game. James Jordan, he's going to have to tighten up on Callaghan right now because he's changing this game off his own boot. So Jake Stringer came on as the sub in the Sydney Derby earlier in the year. Full team tonight, having a good impact now. Stringer straight into Cal Mills, as you would expect. Every Almost every possession is coming with a bit of angst about it. So the Giants continue to just peg back this margin. So from the tap, Riccardi straight to O'Halloran. Couldn't pick up the bouncing footy. Sheldrick in and under as well. Riccardi fighting back. Missed the target. Hayward handballed back against the grain. And Warner just hacks it off the boot towards half forward. Francis went up. Couldn't take the mark. Roved by Angwin. Handball's a bit hot for Taylor. It was good to corral it. Handball on the outside to Callahan. What a game he's having. Works the kick towards half forward. In front is Cadman. He holds strong. He got an option in the pocket. He works it there now. Hamling all over Hogan. He'll get the free. Not much Hamling could really do. It wasn't a great kick from Cadman, but the kick that was a little bit overcooked probably did a little bit of an advantage there for Jesse Hogan because Hamling just overcommitted. Yeah, he just dragged his arm down. It was always going to be a free. So to bring this back to 8 points. It's on the boot of Jesse Hogan. He's kicked 1-1. A tough angle. But if anyone can, Jesse Hogan can. He comes in. It's a bit wide. It's still in. Toby Green roved it and goaled it. We'll have to wait and see for the review. Looks like a goal though. That is terrible goal line defense from the Swans. Dean Cox would be fuming at that if it's the goal. And it's not over the line. This will be a goal to GWS. Cadman and Brown combined for the tap. And Toby Green, who's been pretty well unsighted since this point of the game, makes an impact. Good goal. Good footy for GWS. Terrible defense from the Swans. And Finn Callahan again involved. Well, the Giants, always been slow starters this season. Maybe they've waited till half-time to spark it. But they're well and truly up and about now. Not good enough there from Matt Roberts either. Has to be on his man there. And Aaron Cadman, that was as good a tap as you'll see. We've seen some good taps from Brodie Grundy in more recent times, but that tap from the young Aaron Cadman was just as valuable. So we're back in the middle once again. The Swans need a lift now. Buller with the tap. Fighting for it is Rowbottom, trying to get a clean grab on the footy, pushed by Green, kick bouncing towards the wing. Golden just taps it onto space. Campbell back to Golden. He works the kick inside the forward 50, had to stop and prop there with Sheldrick. Barkley tracking it down with Heaney. Now he taps it off the ground. Mills had to hold the tackle on Green, and the umpire quick to separate the players. Giants have lifted their pressure all around the ground. Buller and Riccardi. Riccardi will tap out the back. Canelio wraps up Rowbottom, and we'll have another ball up. So back in the ruck again. Buller with the tap this time. Rowbottom with the spin and the clearance. Inside the forward 50, taking the front spot. Did it well. Was Fonte. So now he works it out wide. Taylor goes off for a run. Got a handball at the back to Iden. They're under pressure here, but they work it out okay. Taylor, handball on the outside to Angwin. Roberts has to hit this tackle. Angwin got the handball away just in time. Buller, great work to spin. Hayward, handball, Roberts. He's got options forward. Who does he want? He sends it blindly forward. Plapley did well. Sheldrick in and under. Fonte body line to footy. That's good stuff. Works well. Riccardi turns out. Fonte. They work it well in the Giants. Riccardi again, blasting it forward. Who's he got? Cadman's there. Terrible kick, though. And Mills says settle. So now Mills just kicks high and in hope more than anything. Callahan! Finn Callahan just teaching Jordan a lesson. Short little kick here, finds his target, Riccardi. So the Giants just taking a breath here. After a slow first half, they've thrown a couple of big haymakers to start this third quarter. He kicks it towards the pocket. Cadman is there. Buller with the fist. Bedford looks for a high. And he's got it! Bedford gets the free. Lot of push and shove, lot of feeling in this one. Bedford hardly sighted so far today. Can now have his moment. So the Giants have had finally getting their moment in this third term. The Swans had their chances, couldn't put them away, and now Toby Bedford makes them pay. 2 points the difference. Setting up to be game of the round from the start of the week. Living up to the hype. Well, I think James Jordan made it a word from Dan Cox here. He needs to clamp him down, Finn Callahan. He is changing this game off his own boot. He's kicked a goal. He's been involved in, I think, every single score for the Giants in this third term. They've kicked 6 of the last 7 goals, GWS. They're making a charge now. The Swans need something to spark them here. 6-6-6 against the Sydney Swans. Just a warning, of course. Back in the middle, Grundy and Briggs. Grundy back on the ground that they need him most. Briggs smacked it forward. Green couldn't grab it cleanly. Can he sock it off the ground? McInerney put a little bump on. Kelly with the tackle, missed it. Great smother there on the Jordan kick there from Cornelio. And now the Giants can go again. Jones's handball missed his target. Roberts wheeling onto his left. Handball over the top to Grundy. They're under all sorts of pressure. Wicks. Back to Mills, went 5 metres, but the umpire paid it, and he works it wide to Campbell. Chad Warner, in fact. So the Swans trying to take the sting out of this one. Grundy goes back with the flight, takes a good mark. They've got a bit of overlap here now. Kick forward now to McInerney. Who does he want? Drills one into the pocket. Well done there, Taylor. Now the Giants are winning the 50-50s. Himmelberg in the back pocket. Kick out wide, Whitfield. So at halfback, Lockie Whitfield has the footy. Goes down the line. Wasn't a great kick. Campbell cuts it off well. So Braden Campbell. Who does he want? He's got Buller in the pocket. Top of the goal square he wants. He goes towards the one-on-one. Wasn't a good kick though. Taylor all over it. And now Finn Callahan again. Linking up as he likes to do. Iden back to Callahan. Who does he want up the wing? He picks his target. Great use. So Aaron Cadman just on the defensive side of centre wing. So he just goes back for the moment. Back to Himmelberg. So the Giants just taking a little bit of sting out of this last few minutes. They don't want to waste it as well. They don't want to concede. Taylor wants to go commentary side out to Ash. He's got all the space in the world to run and use and try and get the ball forward. Handball to the toes of Briggs. He now just has to blast in hope. Grundy sits in the hole. Missed the footy. He's under pressure. Golden. They've got Lloyd. Now Blakey. Just has to use it well. Wisely. Wide. Long. Towards Buller. He's all under all sorts of pressure. Fighting the good fight though, Jack Buller. And it's going to be a free kick, though, going GWS's way. So Lockie Ash will take the free kick. About 6 minutes left in this third term, being ruled by the team in orange. Lockie Ash, he ducks around his tackler. Handball out wide to Lockie Whitfield. He can blast it inside the 50, was touched as he kicked it. Ball just floats inside the forward 50 for Rowbottom. He's under pressure. Oh, he should have been rewarded there, Brown. 2 umpires look at each other, say no. Ball it up, forward pocket here for GWS, but this isn't exactly a bad thing. They've been good at forward stoppage tonight. Canelio kicks it forward, bouncing. Green taps it on. Roberts, Rampy, outside of his boot. It's going to go very, very wide. It's on the full. It's 10 rows back, and it's going to be a free kick to Bedford. Sydney are under siege at the moment. The Giants have really came out in this third quarter with fire in their bellies. Now Toby Bedford tucked up in the pocket to give the Giants the lead for the first time since the opening term. He's came to the fore in this third term, Toby Bedford. He'll run a bit of an arc. He'll swing back. He's got it! They've hit the lead for the first time since the opening few minutes of the game. And Toby Bedford with the outswinger to perfection. Well, the Swans are going to have to stop this tide because this is exceptional from GWS in this third term. So Joel Hamling on the bench at the moment still has an issue with his finger. Oh no, he's done a hamstring now, Joel Hamling. He is out of the game. The Swans have already used their sub as well on Hayden McLean. So the Swans down one on the bench. The Giants are still yet to use their subs. They've still got something up their sleeve. Grundy with the tap. Callahan wraps up Jordan, slings him to the turf. Ball up. And Callahan a little bit more push and shove into it as well. He's had a number on James Jordan in this third term. Grundy with the tap. Warner holds up Green. Swans just need a bit of a settler here. 5 minutes left in this third quarter. Grundy with the tap, and Green will get the clearance. This is Tom. Spiraling ball towards half forward. Angwin takes the mark. Who does he want? He just sees Himmelberg tracking inside the forward 50, and he takes the grab. He saw the lead there of Jesse Hogan, I believe, but Himmelberg just took it out of his grasp and applied a lot of his trade as a forward in his early career, Harry Himmelberg. But under Adam Kingsley, he's solely been a defender. Has kicked one goal for the season, Harry Himmelberg. It's going to have to be a long kick. He winds up. It'll get close. It'll get there all right. 1-0 Giant kick. And the Giants lead by 10. Right now, the Swans are a breaking strain at only 10 points, but it feels like 5 goals. They are being absolutely smashed in this third quarter. The Swans' pressure has dropped off considerably, and the Giants are taking advantage. They've lifted their own pressure rating. And they are just on fire. Grundy tapped down. Canelio is there. Green handballed at the back. They got the numbers here through Whitfield. He goes very, very wide with the kick. Bouncing ball. Brown was able to trap it nicely. Now he takes his time. Kick on the inside. Callahan again. He hasn't got many options. And now he just works inside 50 to Hogan. Well, Finn Callahan, right now, is having one of the all-time third quarters. He gives off the handball, Jesse Hogan, to Lockie Ash, and this one's going to hurt. Dean Cox barking orders on the bench. He knows this game's slipping away so quickly right now, and it's at the hands of the number 17 in charcoal and orange, Finn Callahan. Another scorer involvement in this third quarter. Nine of the last 10 goals. They've got the Swans at breaking strain right now, and they're going to get another clearance here. This time Briggs towards half forward. They're under siege at the moment, the Swans. Jouts Jake Stringer. Can he get involved with his second? It's going to go very close. Oh, it's going to get there. Oh, the Giants. They're hard to stop right now. It's delirium at the moment for the Giants fans at NG Stadium. The Swans, they just don't know what to do. They have absolutely blitzed the Swans in this third quarter. Well, now all of a sudden it's 22 points. So back in the ruck we go again. The Swans, it seems like they're almost too far away right now. And now another clearance. This time Cornelio, a trundling ball towards the forward 50. Hogan couldn't grab it cleanly. Brown at the back. He took the footy. He can run into the open goal. And it's all running. Oh, it's hit the post. So Mills goes in short to Lloyd. What a third term. It feels like it's only been 10 minutes. They have scored 9 goals to this quarter, the Giants. So Brodie Grundy has the footy. Just on the defensive side of the wing. He goes long, looking for someone to go up, but Buckley takes the front spot again. And he gives off for Whitfield. He'll run away towards half forward with the kick in front. Couldn't take the mark there. Free kick's going to go to Stringer though. Giants got players everywhere, so who does Stringer want? He'll send it towards the Flyers up forward. It gets at the back. Brown is there. He couldn't get the handball. Lloyd did the pressure. 2 minutes left. They've kicked 9 goals in this third term, the Giants. They had 3 goals to half time. This has been out of almost nowhere. Grundy with the tap. Tried to get out of there was Kelly. Heaney couldn't get a clean handball out. Bedford with the pressure. Hogan wraps up Warner. Even the prime movers of the Swans can't get a clean grab of the footy. It's a free kick behind the ball. It's going to be going Sydney's way. So it's going to go to James Jordan. That's an interesting call. The Giants thought maybe it was their free kick. That would have really hurt the Swans. If they could just hold up here, Sydney, for the next minute and a bit, maybe they can rally in this last quarter. But right now, seems like there's no answers. Buckley with the spoil. It runs out of bounds. A lot of pushing and shoving. Aaron Francis involved with Connor Iden. The Giants are up and about. They're confident. So back in the ruck, Grundy tried to take it out. Callahan was there. Cornelio tried to spin. Was he taken high? He was. So free kick to Cornelio now. Minute 20 left. They could almost put this game to bed if they get another one in GWS. So he runs his full measure, Cornelio. Kicks it towards the one-on-one. Hogan's there. Melican did well. Got a fist onto it. Runs towards the boundary line. Lloyd couldn't grab it. Now he gets it out. Golden looking for a high one. And he got it. Oh, no, he didn't. There's a ball up. No, he did get the free kick, Golden. 48 seconds left. Don't think they're going to do anything crazy here, Sydney. Think it'll be long down the line. He's looking for Grundy. Good mark. 34 seconds. Well, a goal would feel like gold for Sydney here. Short to Hayward. 20 seconds left. Now Hayward sends it towards half forward. Francis flies, takes the mark. He's got 15 seconds. He gives it off to Warner. He blasts towards goal. Heaney couldn't mark. He'll get it on the ground. He fumbled. He bumbled. He got up. He got almost tripped. And he turned it over. Nothing's going right for the Swans. Not even Isaac Heaney can get involved. And the Giants survive a crucial chance. And what a third quarter from GWS. 9 goals in the third quarter, seemingly out of nowhere, have almost ended Big Brother's season. At three-quarter time as we turn for home, GWS lead by 23 points. 12-7-79, lead the Swans 8-8-56. What the fuck just happened? Well, I guess if you talk the talk, you got to walk the walk, and Toby Green and his team totally did that in that third quarter. Maybe they just needed something to rally them. What am I looking for here? Nope. Yep, that's the one. All right, let's have a look at the statistics going into the final term. Finn Callaghan, by far the best on the ground. Even though a lot of that was in the third term, that changed the game. He's probably best on the ground right now. Second would be tough, though. I mean, you could probably go Brodie Grundy, but even then, I don't know. Lockie Whitfield was very good at halfback. Harry Himmelberg, probably. Maybe Harry Himmelberg with the 2 votes at this stage. And then you could rally a couple of ones. Grundy, Whitfield. Jeez. It's not very many, though. It's just hard to see where the Swans get their momentum from here because they were absolutely smashing that third quarter. Absolutely smashed. All right, we're back in a few seconds, guys. Just going to go to the bathroom. All right, so players in their huddles for the final term. The Swans absolutely blitzed in that third quarter. The Giants came to play. It's reported at halftime that Adam Kingsley ripped the paint off the walls in the change rooms. And that, boy, did that spark them. 9 goals, 3, 57 to 1 goal straight from the Swans in that third quarter. The Giants were down by, I think it was 8. How many points was it at halftime? It was 28 points in the Swans' favour at halftime. That was overturned to a 23-point lead to GWS at three-quarter time. What a turnaround. So James Jordan looks like he's lining up on Finn Callaghan once again. Well, that's going to be the matchup that wins this game for the Giants. Finn Callaghan, what a performance in that third quarter. Was pretty good in the first half as well. Don't take that away from him, but that third quarter, I mean, they called it the premiership quarter for a reason, and he was well and truly the best player on the ground. So the fourth term about to get underway. The Giants lead it by 23 points. Can they get it done? So the final quarter is underway. The season is on the line for the Swans, while top 4 aspirations are on the line for the Giants. They get the first clearance and Green takes the mark. Not paid by the umpire. Ball up. So inside the forward 50 as it was for the majority of the third quarter. Grundy held it up. So with the tap, Grundy. Cornelio trying to grab the footy. McInerney with the pressure. He spun, almost got taken high. McInerney did it well. Handball underground, turned it over. Now Green on his right boot. It's an up and under sort of ball. Dangerous area. Going back with the flight from Cal Mills. Was taken high as well. Ball up. That was a tough hit there on the captain. Trying to lift his team with spirit. So Grundy couldn't win that tap. Briggs did it well. McInerney in and under. Threw that out of there, Toby Green. Kicked away there from the Swans. It was touched off the boot. Buller couldn't mark. Pushed in the air was Hayward. Angwin did well. Tom Green, Whitfield. Link up now with Cornelio. He'll kick it to the dangerous spot towards Stringer. Pushed out of the line there. Surely. In fact, it was Jesse Hogan. One of the most dangerous players you could have given a free kick away to. And Jesse Hogan could probably put this game to bed. So always been last few years he's been very reliable, Jesse Hogan. Deluded him the last couple of weeks, but this shot would put the game to bed, you would imagine. Jesse Hogan comes in, kicks on goal. That's better from the big key spearhead. 29 points the margin. After being down by 28 points at halftime, the Giants have kicked 10 goals, 10 of the last 11 goals. And they're pretty much got the Swans season by a thread. Swans are getting trounced in the middle of the ground right now. Kieran Briggs has really done well up against Brodie Grundy. So tap down from Briggs this time. Jordan trying to get a free kick, couldn't draw it. Now Cornelio smothered off his boot. Row bottom did well. Grundy back to Goulden. Chiseling ball towards Heaney. Has hardly seen it in this second half. He works the kick towards Buller, who goes to ground at the crucial moment. And Buckley stands up. Kick towards the wing. Lead up. Toby Green drops a simple mark. Handball on the inside. Angwin over the top now to Green. Looking for the 1-2. Angwin didn't get it. Green has other ideas. He goes right back here. Wasn't a great looking kick. Puts his teammate under all sorts of pressure. It's Lockie Whitfield. But over 250 games of experience, he does really nicely with it. And now Callahan, lead up to Brown. They're all just running all over the ground at the moment, GWS. Brown over the top to Bedford. Who does he want? Holds up for the moment. Then goes into the pocket. Not a very good kick. So Cal Mills takes the relieving mark. So now Mills just pokes one in short now to Goulden. Almost has to try and invent something now. Turns it straight over to Himmelberg. Tried to do something. Wasn't a great kick. And now Himmelberg goes to the pocket for Hogan. He gets his chance. And he takes the mark. Jesse Hogan looks a little bit distressed at the moment. I think he got a little punch in the stomach there from Melican on the way through. Oh. I don't know what that was for. I think maybe it was Dane Rampy who got him, but Jesse Hogan kicked the first goal of the final term, and now he can make it pretty much a certainty. It would have to be I can't see them losing from here if they're up by 35 points. 2 goals, 1 for the afternoon. 2 goals, 2. Been a bit off. But he comes in now. Oh, he's hit the post. Not a very good kick there from Hogan. So Josh Kelly has been subbed out of this game with a calf injury. Sad news, he just came back into the team and he goes straight back out. So that's really not great signs there for the Giants. So Toby McMullen is in. So back into the middle of the ground. The Swans have it at stoppage. Jones trying to get out of there. Rowbottom held him without it, surely. And he gets the free. Everything going the Giants' way at the moment. He gives off the handball to Whitfield. He'll low darting ball inside the forward pocket towards his target and Stringer. Great kick there inside the forward 50 from Lockie Whitfield. And now Jake Stringer. Moved over from the Bombers in the off-season. A lot of question marks about what he could bring to this club. He comes in now. Oh, he misses again. Another poster. So Blakey trying to be adventurous. Wasn't a great kick though. The Giants swarm once again. And Jake Stringer from outside 50. Another behind. Oh, now there's just playing with their food at the moment, the Giants. So now Francis gets the handball on the inside. Grundy missed his target to Goulden. They've been off all the way through this third quarter, or this second half. Another missed handball. Holds up. Toby Green, defensive side of the wing here for Sydney. 32 points the margin. Briggs with the tap. He's been really good in this second half. Cornelio off the ground. Mills tracking it. Did well. Handball. Finds his target in Heaney. And now Goulden tries to break away. Now Rampy on the back side of the centre square. Blasts it towards half forward. Buller up against Buckley. Buller did well. Buckley holds him up. Both players did nicely. And Sydney have it inside their forward 50. So who's going to get on the fly here for the Swans? Grundy up against Briggs. Grundy tap out the back. Heaney try to get away. Held up by Himmelberg. We'll have another ball up. Shrugged away there was Briggs. Did well. Angwin turned it over though to Sheldrick. He'll kick from just inside the forward 50 and kicks away across the face. And out of bounds on the full. Short kick to Himmelberg in the back. Almost the defensive goal square. Giants are probably more than happy to put the sting out of this game now. They've put the game almost pretty much to bed. So Sam Taylor has it here. Looking across the other side of the ground. Gives off the handball to Fonte. He'll run away from his opponents. Bit of a helicopter ball towards the wing. Good work from Melican to get a spoil on. Got numbers here, the Swans. Buller gives it off to Sheldrick. Had a couple of options. Goes the longest one in Francis. Taylor did well. Numbers with GWS here. Iden, McMullen, drilling ball down the wing. Bedford couldn't hold his feet up there. Cunningham threw a hand at it. Briggs over the top with the handball. Darcy Jones up against Wicks. Jones went to ground. Wicks went after him. And now Bedford wrapped up by Cunningham. Good work. Ball of... out to Jones. They got a bit of run here. Whitfield. In fact, it's McMullen. Over the top. Tap on. Did well O'Halloran. Now Bedford goes to the long option. Towards Cadman. Too good. Too good. This is always going to be the challenge for the Swans defence tonight. They stood tall in the first half, but now the quality shining through. $32 points. This to bury the Swan season. Aaron Cadman steers it home. Not only have they ended their rival season, they're looking to make a big charge towards the top four. Great finish there from Aaron Cadman. What a turnaround. They had 3 goals to half-time, and they've trounced the Swans in the second half. So it looks like he has a bit of left corky here, Jack Buckley, which isn't great to see. But the Giants have got this ball forward again. McMullen finds Toby Green. Hasn't had a massive night on the field. He's had a couple of headlines that will be seen throughout the week. Absolute worm burner, that kick there from McMullen. And Toby Green, if he gets a goal here, watch out for the celebration. So Toby Green comes in. Oh, weird decision. Just hooked it across his body to McMullen, who delivered him a target earlier. So now Toby McMullen just came on the ground as the sub for the injured Josh Kelly. And now a chance here to get 100 points. Like to know what Adam Kingsley said at halftime, because he'll be writing that one down as they head towards finals. So Toby McMullen on the Telstra logo, winds up and just hooks it to the left. So Jack Buckley has been ruled out as well with a left leg injury. Get more confirmation post-game, but he has got ice on that leg. So sad news there. 2 injuries for both clubs. Not great well, especially the Giants working into finals, but the Swans not great as well. So Lloyd works it forward. Ash couldn't take the mark. Campbell on the up to Sheldrick. On the right boot, snapped it across his body nicely to Francis. From just outside 50, he's going to wind up, go towards home. He's hooked it across the face, and it's another behind. So kick down the wing here. Wicks provides a contest and knocks it out of bounds. What a turnaround from the Giants. Inside the second half, they've kicked 11 goals to 1. They've had, 27 inside 50s to, I think, 11. They have absolutely trounced their opponents. Looks like it's a left calf injury there for Jack Buckley. So not great news there for the key defender. Has been a bit in the wars in the last few weeks. Been able to just work his way through. Great tackle from Callahan. Gives it to his opponent. They get the free kick. So Harry Himmelberg now takes his full measure, runs back into D50 just to get this kick long. Grundy stands in the hole. Blakey brings it to the ground. Rowbottom tried to get the kick away. Works it well now. Goulden gives it off to Papley. Who does he want? Kicks it across his body. Wasn't a great looking kick. Francis meets the footy. Ash puts on the pressure. Tom Green hasn't had a big night. Runs away. Handballed back. Iden. And now Lockie Ash. Works the kick out wide. Leading up now is Jake Stringer. Handball over the top to Brown. Who does he want inside the forward 50? He goes with a high ball looking for Toby Green. But a free kick here and should be 50 here to Isaac Heaney. And he gives it to Toby Green. Friends off the field, but tonight they're foes. Isaac Heaney will get the 50-minute penalty. He hasn't had a big night. So Heaney in short to Lloyd. 38 points the margin with 9 minutes to play. Goulden has the footy now. So now Goulden drives it inside the forward 50. Couldn't take the mark there. Hayward unsighted in this second half. Francis is there. Hayward ball spills out. He was out without it there, Hayward. Umpire somehow didn't see it. Now Brown wrapped up by Cunningham. Ball up. So Buller, tap out the back. Jordan, held up by Callahan. Put a bit more muscle into that one too. Buller, handball at the back. Lloyd to Goulden. Trying to get into his left boot. Couldn't do so. So Cunningham back to Goulden. They're trying to protect that left boot. Handball turned it over. Just hasn't been his night, Errol Goulden. Oh, shit. I think Goulden just grabbed for his knee then. Oh, God. Fucking hell. Go back to that camera angle. Is he all right? Yeah, he's all right. Sheldrick works it back out wide. So Errol Goulden's currently not great. He's grabbing his ankle or his knee. He's not. Obviously, was out for a lot of the early parts of the year with a serious injury. He's with the doctor at the moment on the outer wing. Hopefully he's all right. He's starting to make his way off the ground. Sam Wicks can work it inside the forward 50. Francis had hands on it, couldn't take the mark. Free kick going Giants' way. Goulden's making his way off the field now. I think you just put him on ice at this point. The game's well and truly gone. So now Whitfield goes higher ball up the wing. Bedford causes a contest, causes the spill. Cadman held up. Well, this is one of the more famous Sydney Derby wins, probably up there with their finals ones and their first one they got way back in 2014. Buller gone, free kick Giants. So now Riccardi has the free. Defensive side of the centre square. Goes high and long. Grundy stands in front. Couldn't take the mark. Fishing it out there was Angwin. Over the top for O'Halloran and Jones. Free kick's coming back for the Giants. Here it's going to go to Ryan Angwin. So Angwin just goes lateral. Finds Himmelberg in the middle of the stadium. So now Himmelberg, spiralling ball inside the forward 50 on the bounce. Good trap from Brown. Gives it off now to O'Halloran to put a dagger through the heart. Kicks it across the face and through for a behind. So Jake Lloyd has it now in the back pocket. 6 minutes left in this game. Works the kick out wide to Grundy. Takes the mark. Hasn't been a night for Brodie Grundy. He had a pretty decent first half. But Kieran Briggs has done really well in this second half. Lloyd to Roberts. They try to link up through handball. But again, just off. Campbell did well to trap it this time. Now Warner. Hasn't had a lot of these runs in this second half. Heaney, he's got a couple of options inside the forward 50. He's out the back. Aaron Francis, great work from Fonzie. Had to go and did brilliantly. And Fonzie, little finger of no. That is brilliant from the young man. Gets the applaudance of pretty much every teammate on the ground. And Tom Papley gets up with a bit of a limp. So Grundy with the tap. O'Halloran clears it outside the danger area with a spiral ball. Free kick's going to come back. So it looks like there's a bit of a concern here for Tom Papley now as well. It just gets from bad to worse here for Sydney in this game. So a free kick's gone to Isaac Heaney here. He snaps on goal. He's hooked it way too far. And now even Isaac Heaney can't kick a goal. So now, Connor Iden in the back 50. Kicks it long up the wing. Going back with the flight there was McMullen. Dangerous. So a free kick's going to be going here to, I think, the Giants. So it's going to be a throw in here on the forward side of the wing here for Sydney. 4 minutes left. What an avalanche of the Giants it's been in this second half. Especially that third quarter. 9-1 broke this game open. Shows how really dangerous this Giants team could be going into finals. So now Heaney with the clearance. Goes long, going back with the flight, Lockie Whitfield. That was a brilliant mark. So now Whitfield goes back up this commentary side wing. Goes up. Good grab there, Riccardi. He's been good as well. So long ball. Couldn't take the mark there with Stringer. Mills, Wicks, Heaney. Finds his target in Rampy. They're working backwards. The pressure continues to lift here from the Giants. Jake Stringer hasn't put on that much pressure in about 5 years. Did really well there, but couldn't win the footy. So Brodie Grundy has it. Bit of chant of Giants goes around NG Stadium. Nice to see from the Giants faithful. It's been 5 in a row from the Swans in Sydney derbies, but tonight it's going to be ruled in orange, the Sydney crowd. Rowbottom tried to break a tackle. Sam Taylor says, I'm not letting you get away. And he whips the free kick. Sam Taylor on return. It's been brilliant tonight. 3 minutes left in this one. They'll celebrate this one very hard here, GWS. Angwin has it. Kick on the inside. To Fonte. He's been very good as well, especially in the second half against Tom Papley. Shut him down. So Connor Iden has it. He blasts it long. Going up was Hogan. Couldn't take the mark. McMullen got the kick away. Bouncing ball towards half forward. Free kick's been called out. It's going to be going McMullen's way for a high free kick. So McMullen just drills it into the pocket for Jesse Hogan. Hasn't had a big night, Jesse Hogan, but he's threatened to. A chance here to get this team over 100 points. And I think everyone will get around him if he can drill this one from outside 50. He's missed a couple of easy ones tonight, Jesse Hogan. He'll kick this one, 45-degree angle from just inside 50. It's gone wide. Won't make the distance. Up goes Brown, couldn't mark. McMellican just speared it straight to Cornelio. Goes across the face, standing under it. Oh, he's taking it with one hand. Yes, Jake Stringer. He can do a bit of everything, Jakey. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Or the well and truly beautiful. And that was a great grab. Won a premiership in his very early career. Sat at the Bombers for a very long time. Came to Western Sydney. And may very well be a part of something special. Kicks his third. And I think this team is brewing something. What a turnaround this game has seen. So now we're back in the middle. Warner with the handball forward. Campbell trapped it. Goulden got it forward. He's back on the ground, which is good to see. Free kick's going to come back here to, I think it's Braden Campbell it is. So now Campbell just goes across the centre square to find Blakey. And he goes further wide here to Roberts. 39 seconds left. Try to get to the final siren here. He goes long with the kick. He gets out the back. Himmelberg threw it away almost. Gets back and got the footy. Giants continue to go on. They don't want to concede late. They want to bury this win. Long ball. Cadman brought it to the ground. Stringer's been brilliant in this second half. Ran it the wrong way, then realised you just kick it long and hope. High ball. Bedford's there. Wicks tried to get the footy. Couldn't mark. Cadman puts on the pressure. Stringer gets there. Handball back to O'Halloran. Ducks one way and another. He's been good as well. Long towards Brown, who takes the mark with 6 seconds left. Don't think they'll have another opportunity to score. Just drop the mark there, Toby Green. Don't think you'll really care, though. They've knocked out Big Brother of the finals race. And I think there may be a couple of other storylines to go this season for the Giants. Think there's some more bigger fish to fry, it would seem. They fought back from 35 points down in the second quarter, and they trounced the Swans in that last term to win by 44 points. The Giants 15-12-102 beat the Sydney Swans 8-10-58. All right, guys, we'll end the stream there. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like this stream as well. Subscribe to the channel as well. But I really appreciate you guys watching.